Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. We have a very special guest here. We have the professionals from Top Shelf Aquatics. They're currently going through our fish tank right now. So don't be alarmed if you're watching us live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, or watching a replay on YouTube. You're going to see it might look, I'll go to it now so everybody can see it. It might look a little cloudy.
Oh, yeah.
That's because they're in there doing the thing.
Yeah. They got the fish out. They're
Stirring
washing them up,
A
doing something.
lot of people don't know they take out each individual fish and wash each scale by hand.
yeah. It's
Very
tedious.
Very thorough over there.
Yes, they are. But thanks to those guys for doing that, because we, as I told them when I went to the bathroom, to not go number 2. I said, we're idiots and we don't know anything about this thing. And they're like, we know.
Yeah. They know.
I just wanted to confirm that they knew we were idiots and didn't know anything about it.
I wonder, should we ask him, can we make Butler take a shot of fish tank water? And
I want to do it on
Friday.
Friday.
Safe?
Yeah.
Where's Sean?
We can.
Is he out there?
He just walked out.
Everybody took off. Took off running.
That's not good.
Butler, chase after him. Chase after him and beg to drink that fish tank water. We'll figure it out. We'll text them later. I feel like as soon as I started pulling them into our world, they were like, let's get the hell out of here. They're doing it. They're weirdos. Let's get the hell out of here.
I heard him talking about digital hot dogs earlier.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up.
Did you know that we invented the...
No!
Okay.
Don't say anything.
All right.
My God.
Never
She might
steal our
She
idea.
might want to get on it. No, she will. I trust her. I've known her for like 20 years now. I think she would want to get in on our digital hot dog.
Oh,
This
investors.
sounds
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also,
It
there's
is.
also,
Some would say interesting.
Yeah,
Others would say
Unfortunate.
it's extremely difficult to understand, but maybe we'll talk off air. But let's get to what we need to get to first.
Yes.
Normally, you have a little something to get out of the way, do you? Or
No, all I
let's
want to
go.
talk about is Fairville.
Yeah, we're open, baby.
All right.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's go.
Deborah's here from Fairville. How you doing, Deborah?
I am doing amazing.
So you brought some products, and you always come with a theme because
Because we're
great.
idiots and we need things.
Yeah.
It's just like the fish tank
Yeah.
guys. It's like, look, you show up, just have something planned,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're just going to dance around it.
And today you mentioned since Earth Day, and by the way, I'm embarrassed because I have no idea when Earth Day is.
You embarrassed, bro?
Birthday, bro.
Did they actually do that on Earth Day?
Did they do an Earth Day birthday
They
this
always
year?
do it the weekend of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did they do one this
I'm
year?
They've
not-
been doing that for like 25 years
I
in this
don't
city.
know.
I thought that was just some name that rhymed and some
No.
radio guy's like Earth Day birthday.
Yeah, they do it
The
on
irony that all they do is throw out plastic water bottles in a field as a
Yeah, wow.
5-year death wish place.
And the fact that the whole lineup is nothing but Earth conscious bands.
Of
Right.
course, yeah.
You know, I mean, your
Disturbed.
Hoobastanks, your
Now that-
Seven Dusts. I mean,
Papa Roach. Yeah,
Papa
right.
Roaches.
Well,
yeah,
the
you know.
audience is all landscapers, so they
They
care
love the
about
Earth.
it.
Yeah. They,
Without the stuff that grows, dude, I can't buy my stuff that grows, dude.
hold on, do they love it or are they trying to destroy it all?
A little bit of both.
Because technically they are just
Yeah.
cutting it down, right?
They actually switched it this year to October. I'm assuming because of the pandemic.
What are they going to call it?
It's still called Earth Day
No,
Birthday.
you can't. You got to call
Earth Day
it.
Birthday 27. guys.
No,
Wow.
you got to call it
Pumpkin.
They call it pumpkin in the parks. You got to do something stupid. You
Oh, yeah.
can't,
Paint your pumpkin.
Yeah, paint your pumpkins and come on down to Pumpkin in the Park for free admission. Paint those pumpkins orange and jiggle them, and then put them on our website to win $1,000. You need the keyword, which is pumpkin. I don't know.
That's
It's all a
good.
bunch
That's
of garbage.
good.
It's just,
No, that'll sell. That'll sell.
Did you
That
see
would
his,
sell.
you see his eyes light up? He's like, that's legit.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the good stuff.
Sorry. And Earth Day and Mother's Day is coming up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you have some Earth Day and Mother's Day. Now, Mother's Day
Now,
is
if my,
that's a
if
weird
my mom painted her pumpkins,
Now
they're
listen.
more like carrots.
Think
Long.
about the mother of your children.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's more like kumquats.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, like I can say that. What are those? Halos.
So,
That's a brand.
Brand.
what should we start off with?
Well, let's
I got horny
start-
talking about my wife's halos. I'm like,
Well, we have some products currently in store, and then we have a new one that will be arriving shortly that are both made from a a green material now. Biofuel is one of the materials. It's mainly a cornstarch blend, believe it or not. So it's biodegradable. So this is a massager, the Gia by Blush. And it actually is battery operated, but you can use, of course, rechargeable batteries and put them in there. And it's just a real simple turn dial vibe.
This is
very
like
powerful.
Very traditional.
Yeah, it's super traditional. This is a real pretty robin egg blue.
Robin egg blue. I was going to say, and they even did like the speckling on it to make it look like a real robin egg.
And of course, it's body safe. It's splash proof. It's going to last a really long time. But the cool thing is that it can be recycled, and it also will biodegrade over time. That's nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You don't want it to go too fast. You cannot get this thing wet because it's dry.
But in a commercial compost, it will biodegrade.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty crazy.
And that,
if you're out in the woods using it, a deer happens to eat it, you're all
You're
right.
all right. Everybody's safe.
Yeah.
Deborah,
I love it.
It's crazy that like these like adult toy companies would think about this before, like, because constantly I think, why don't they make like these my kids' toys, which I like I'm donating a bunch to Goodwill because they're growing out of them.
At the very least, the ones that come in like the kids' meals, it's just straight trash.
Yeah.
Painted trash.
Yeah.
At the very least, if they made it out of something like this, at least now I realize that's billions of dollars they would have to spend extra. And they're probably not going to do that.
Yeah.
But any plastic, I think this is just going to live forever in some landfill, and it's depressing.
And the price point on this is ridiculous,
It's $21.99.
Did you see that?
And so that's what I was going to say. It can be affordable as well. And so I'm really thrilled that companies are now thinking like this. And even if you look inside the box, it didn't come with an insert that was plastic.
There's nothing in there.
It's a paper box, and so they minimize their footprint.
That's neat.
Yeah, I'm really, really pleased that they're starting to think this way.
In Portland and some of your more, little progressive cities, these things are like crazy coveted, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
That definitely screams of like super hipster cool.
Speaking of hipster cool.
Oh, is that?
Your wife's going to love this.
What
so
is this one?
Womanizer is coming out with, it's called the Eco, and this is a premium product. So this is just as nice and does all the cool things, the smart silence technology, their air pleasure technology, but it is also in a biodegradable form. The box, as you can tell, there's no plastic on this box.
Nope.
It's all basically like a cardboard. They evened the bag that it comes in. It's a cloth bag for storage, so it's very nice, breathable, really cool, reusable.
Yeah.
And the product is super smooth, wonderful. It's actually has a most of your rechargeable products, when they die, they die.
Yeah.
This can be opened and the battery can be replaced in it.
Like an Android phone. You hear that, Apple?
Yeah, right. And so it is a rechargeable product, but it's going to last for an extremely long time.
Because you can replace the actual rechargeable battery into that and just keep using it.
Yeah.
And then you
so
don't have to
punt
get
it in the
another
garbage.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then here's an idea. If they actually made the battery a uniform fit battery, like some of these companies are doing, then you could go to a Batteries Plus or one of these stores for the rest of your life and never have to get a new, and you use the nice, what is it, Joy, the cleaning, and use the good products to take care of it, keep it in the bag. And then...
And it even comes with this little key to pop open the plastic cover that's on the bag itself, so you won't lose it.
I thought of everything.
Yeah, so I'll let it's just
that is fancy town.
It operates just like the others, where you hold down the plus button and it turns on. And it is not waterproof because you can open that case. They don't glue it closed like they do the other ones. So that's the only thing. It's splash proof. You can still clean it. You can take the little. This is an air pressure device. It's intended to be used externally on whatever body part you would like. And it, like I said, it's got the smart silence, so you have to touch your skin for it to work.
Okay.
There we go.
That is nuts.
Yeah. So it's still an extremely impressive toy. This is a little more expensive, but it's something that could still conceivably last you for a very, very long time. But when you're done with it, it can be completely broken apart, all the components taken apart, and
something happened.
Uh-oh.
No, you have to touch your... Yeah,
there it goes.
It's like suck and blow. It's like it's hard to explain.
Okay. You know what I was thinking? Like, I hope they start making more things that you can actually fix, because we turned into a society where things were so cheap to produce.
You want to be an old grandpa in there in garage wrenching on your wife's vibrator. You're in there, what's your grandpa doing? No, don't worry about it. I'm just in here. I bought your mama this womanizer back in 2021, and I've been replacing the batteries in it forever, and I tell you, that thing gets down on her,
So we become a society where it's like, oh, don't bother, no need to fix that.
No.
Just
throw it away.
Yeah. Because it's cheaper
this
to produce
is your
new
segment,
ones,
brother.
But it feels bad doing that.
Yes.
As
It
like
does.
It's gross.
the psychology of doing that feels bad, even though it's like, oh, who cares? They take it to the landfill. But it's like, yeah, but it's like, I don't want to throw my TV or all electronics or appliances or everything away and just buy new stuff. It would feel better to fix it. And I think you would be happier as a person if you were able to fix it or hold on to things long term. It just seems better psychologically, right?
I think so. I mean, it is kind of gross to do that. There's the same sort of psychological aspect of why I save all the boxes for my stupid electronics.
Just so it's all together.
Yeah, I guess.
My
but
wife's like that.
But I feel gross when I buy something and then I'm throwing out as much of the thing, it'd just be easier if they just could bring it to me naked, leave it, and go away.
Yeah, it's really something that like I said, I'm so happy to see that people are thinking so much more forward on this. And even they were so clever. They even reduced the size of the charging cord. It actually is 50% less materials in this charging cord than than they were using before. It's still plenty long enough, very functional. They took out as much plastic, ABS plastic, as they could out of this product, and that's just the cord. That's the only thing that contains it.
That's really neat that they did that.
Deborah, what's unique about Fairville and why I tell people you should shop at Fairville because they vet all the companies they work with.
They have relationships with most.
Yeah, and they've been working with these companies for a long time, and they make sure that the companies they work with have really high quality products. And
this is like the fifth version of the womanizer. You got, I'm serious though.
Yeah.
You think about it, it's like a line of cars at this point. It's like the Buick LeSabre. It's like it's been around for a while.
And everybody's just used to going online and buying the cheapest product possible, whatever. There's no vetting involved or whatever, and then you're getting some knockoff product or some product that's subpar and not high quality, and we're all kind of used to that. Yeah. And then I feel like there's going to be a massive pushback towards that. And then when you have good quality products, you appreciate that. You're like, wow, this actually makes a difference. And this is better than even if it's more expensive, it's actually saves you money in the long term because you realize just buying cheap crap, it just breaks and is garbage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember too, this is a European-based company, and I think they're a little more aggressive over there when it comes to single-use plastics and things of that nature. So for them to go all in with this, new, it's called Bioline is the product that they actually use to make this product with. It's really impressive that they invested so much time, effort, and even marketing materials just to get our teams trained to understand how to represent it, how to explain it to folks, and they're really trying to be a much more ethical manufacturer.
Yeah. And these are things they don't have to do.
No.
I mean, they could use plastic. You know what I'm saying? It's cheaper to do it. It costs less money, but it says something about the company, the fact that they're willing to put the money into that, which I like, and I think people do appreciate.
I think they definitely do. And for something like this, just to take it a little bit further, you're using these items on your most intimate areas, if you give me a piece of paper that says, everything was sourced from the earth and from plants, I'd be like, that makes me feel better, because better that than...
It hasn't been that way. I started working in this industry when it was absolutely not that way. And, there was a lot of elastomers, things that soften up the plastics in these products, and they were meant to be used intimately. And a lot of people would have, sensitivities to those types of chemicals. And it's so nice to see us move away from all of that and really have so many more body safe options.
Yeah,
and this
absolutely.
is just progression into that direction. So
See,
it's really great.
I'm a little bit different. I'll put anything in my body down there. Because
Yes, he does it just like drugs.
So-
There was
Yeah,
a time. There was a
yeah.
time in the '90s where if you handed me a pill, I would take it. Tom's the same way with plastic butt items. He's the same way.
I don't even like. I'm like
you hand
anything.
him. I had to stop him at our
Whatever,
last
a
event. We did
cactus.
our event at Dr. Phillips.
Yeah.
A guy palmed him a green army man. I tackled him. I
That's
said,
it.
you can't do
You
that.
do
Too
it.
many
I'll
edges.
have it.
I'll
Too many edges.
Put it right in there. I'm sorry.
Well, and one last thing as far as the the Earth Day friendly items is we did add a new line of lubricants to our store. It's been on the market for a little while, but new to us, and that's Good Clean Love. And 95% of all of the ingredients are organic. It's certified organic. And they have what's called a biomatch technology. It's all pH balanced. It's preferred by gynecologists.
See,
It's really a body
Wow.
safe product, and again, they really aspire to source organically whenever possible. So it has all the good stuff for your body and none of the bad. So I got you. If someone would like a little sample to open
will
up
take
and touch
Okay,
it,
yeah.
these are water
Is
based.
it as
Hold on.
slippery? Because I.
Hold on, I'll turn the
I
cameras
need
off.
a-
Stand up and pull your pants down. Let's
Yeah,
do
I'll put it
this.
here,
Have you
yeah.
had this year? I can do it. I know how to. I know the thing.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I'm still in my 30s.
Oh, yeah, you're afraid of it. I know.
Even
how
the
to-
bottles
Yeah.
they use are green, and they have the stamp of carbon neutral. They're a certified gold member.
hope
So
I hose
they're
myself
they're
down
really
here.
being progressive.
I'm trying to get some of this lube out. I want to really
man.
get gooey.
Uh-oh, did you not
I'll wash
open
my
it?
hands in the fish tank after.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. I got a little.
yeah. Let's see how.
Get you a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh, that's slick.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to
It's a
type
nice
for the next
product.
hour or so, but. Oh, it smells great.
It has aloe in it.
Oh,
It
that's
one
good
does.
for your
No, it
skin.
smells
yeah.
like you know what? It smells like really high end like tanning products, like suntan lotions.
Well, and they do have another
Ooh.
one that's for extremely sensitive folks, so we do carry that one as
that's
well.
cool.
But this is really still a wonderful product. And
What are you doing
all
down
of them
there,
are
buddy?
great.
The what?
I'm just saying.
I'm just rubbing it on my fingers.
Just rubbing it around.
Hey, I thought I was watching somebody have fun. I thought you didn't like fun, but I've seen a lot of movement over there, and I think I found his happy place when the lube comes to town.
You have it here with grit in it. I like mine like a Gojo
yeah.
style grit.
Do you have any that's like a good, you know?
Yeah, I need to like grit it up.
What was it was Gojo.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? There were two. There was the orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
that-
citrus, and then there was the one that smelled like chemicals. It was like, in order to get these chemicals off my hands, I have to put more chemicals.
Yes.
yeah.
Do you know it's white?
And these
I know what you're
chemicals.
talking about.
Yeah,
but I
it
don't
was a
remember the
white
name.
paste, and my dad had it. He'd be working on the car, and then I'd be like, "Why is he putting his petroleum all over?"
Oh,
him?
it smelled horrible.
Yeah, it smelled terrible.
Like, these chemicals are really strong. It burns the other chemicals off. You're like, all right, that's what I did.
Then he just come to the dinner
Yeah.
with bone hands.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got here?
Well, we'll move on to some Mother's Day thoughts. Hey, the mother of your children,
yeah.
they deserve a little fun, a little relaxation, and you can do that without buying anything too over the top. And,
Yeah.
we excel at having really wonderful gifts.
I think a lot of guys do that. I think a lot of guys kind of get, it's like Mother's Day, and they're like, I know what I'll get her. And you get her something really advanced and crazy.
Yeah.
And it might be a little
A
intimidating.
little too much.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget that Fairville carries a lot of fun body products. We have Shunga is a really great company out of Canada, and they make bath body candles. And they
That's
have
what your wife used to paint her eyebrows on, right?
Shunga.
Oh.
And they have a bath and shower gel that is frosted cherry, and that is so beautiful, and it smells wonderful. And you could give her a bath and body experience. We have, if you have a little humor and you don't mind a naughty word, we have some Zero F's bath bombs.
Nice.
And they it's by Whiskey River, which has done wonderful for us with their soaps. We brought some of those in. They're really funny.
We've had their stuff before.
And they have a little little lines that kind of make you giggle. And it sounds like Zero F smells like you're over it. And sometimes that happens to us as parents. So, here you go. When you feel like you're over it, bath bomb. Bath bomb, shower gel, Coochie, who we love. they make great shave
Tom,
gels.
you love coochie.
He loves coochie.
Yes, I am.
But they also make a body oil mist.
Yeah.
And so after,
Tom's always oiling the coochie.
well, now I've given him something
Yeah.
else to use.
This guy, if I have a nook, I'll call him. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just kidding. Just sitting here organizing my coochie oil.
What about your coochie shave creams? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a brand. It's a brand.
It is a wonderful brand.
Little ACT trivia.
This is true. I know where you're going.
The original name of the show, we threw it
yeah.
out there,
Yeah, we did.
was going to be the Coochie Cutters.
The Coochie Cutters. Named after the jean shorts of the early 2000s.
It was on a short list with ACT and.
But here's another fun fact that people don't know. We said that in a car ride in Portland in front of the COO of Orlando City at the time, Brett Lashbrook.
Oh, nice.
And Brett Lashbrook said, it's a horrible idea. And he said, you guys are effing stupid. And he thought we were nuts.
Yeah.
And then we got fired.
I regret it. We need to get fired.
No, we did. We hung out for a couple
They
more
office
years.
spaced us.
Here's
Put you in the
here's
business.
another fun
Stapler.
fact. Orlando City forgot we worked for them.
Well, they had a lot of people move around. Like,
Yeah, they had a lot
once
going
half
on.
their staff left, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I think they were like,
Yeah,
who?
they're like,
And they were
what?
like, are we still doing the thing? Like, oh, well, who are you? I'm like, no.
Yeah, they're not here anymore. I'm pretty sure we put them in Adrian Heath's toy box.
How long does a bath bomb like take to disintegrate totally?
All different.
Yeah,
They're all different. You're not a bath. I am Mr. Bath Bomb. I got a 5-year-old daughter and I got a wife that love bath bombs. I got all the bath bombs. I got the ones that are quick. I got the tiny little colorful bath bombs. I got the one that looks like a cloud, and then when you put it in there, it starts farting a rainbow. I
saw that on Facebook.
I got them all. I got them all. So
Nice.
isn't one I've done the ones that you put in there, and the next thing you know, my daughter's like, "There's a ring inside of it." I don't even know.
I might have to come to you
Oh,
for
like a
advice on this
prize.
bath bomb thing.
I must have found I must have just grabbed one in my dad haste, and I grabbed one that actually had like a small piece of jewelry inside of it. They hide prizes in it.
Funny that we have carried some that have a little prize in them too.
Yeah, but it's not a ring. I bet.
No, it's not a ring.
That's a good idea, but it could be a ring. It could be
Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, we got that's all great stuff, man. Like Andrea is very, very easy when it comes to this stuff. You get her some shower gel, a bath bomb, and then here's the key though. You can't just buy the stuff. You can't just go to Fairville and buy it. You got to leave her alone when you do it.
It's nice to have that time
Yes.
to just discover yourself.
You gotta,
a little bit,
but you gotta take the kid. You gotta exit the room. Well, unless you're having an intimate time, but I'm just saying, give her the space. That's
Yeah.
the key. If you don't give her the space, then the bath bomb's stupid.
And I did, after she's had that
Yes.
intimate time alone, I did bring you a new massage candle. We have a whole new line by Angelique, and they're all really cute, fun, really great names. This is Netflix and Chill,
How do they
and
not
it's
get
very
sued?
yummy. I know, right? I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
They have a good legal department, but they smell wonderful. There's another one that's also a 0Fs.
I'd like to think that Netflix is smart enough to let that one
Well, I
fly
would
because
think
it's going to help
it's
your
advertising,
company.
exactly.
Oh my
And it
God,
smells
that's great.
terrific, right?
Yeah, and this is actually so I light this,
It's a soy massage
and
candle.
then I can drip a little of the wax on me, and then that's
On your
just a
hand.
nice oil.
Yep.
And there you go, buddy.
Great for massage. Also just great for moisture, to moisturize the body.
Also, it shows you like you work with a lot of boutique companies, and some of these companies are not gigantic global. Like they're not selling 10 million of these. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
maybe they're small enough to like be where Netflix is not gonna
Yeah.
come after them. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
certainly cooler when you can see that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
kitschier. It's more
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that it's a little more youthful,
Yes.
and I think it appeals to a different market.
Smells
and,
great.
And I'm really thrilled that we could bring those in. So we have a bunch of different ones of those now in the store.
Love it.
And from the same folks who brought us this Netflix and Chill, they make nipple nibblers. I think we brought those in before. They're fun little tingly guys that you can put on different parts of your
Unfortunately,
body.
I didn't get to try any of this because Tom took them all home.
Well, I have brought 4 that you guys can keep. You just have to fight over the flavors. They came out with sours, the sour versions.
Well, I guess this Friday we're doing the sour
Yeah.
nipple challenge.
There you go.
Put that on
with
TikTok.
Butler's
Yeah.
beef
Giddy
cups.
grape,
Yeah.
rock and raspberry. They got pineapple. I
We
brought you
got a
4
guy-
different flavors.
Our
so
sales guy is the biggest boob.
and they're hairy.
Oh, they're big. They look like big old mama gorilla boobs.
Yeah, and for sure they're super long,
Long,
hairy.
yeah.
right?
And we're gonna take this. I'm gonna take giggly grape, and I'm gonna
Okay,
You can have peach pizzazz.
You gotta put it on his nipples like you're starting to fire. They're so long.
Yeah, like I'm rolling an Aunt Annie's pretzel.
Just roll it on his nipples.
This is pineapple pucker. We're doing all of this. Rock and raspberry.
You're welcome.
That's fantastic.
Yep. And I also did bring us some Pheromone body spray. It's just a nice perfume. This is brand new to us, and it is from Paris, actually. Extens is a wonderful company. We carry some massage lotions from them, but also these perfumes.
What
really,
is this
really nice.
made out of?
The bottle is glass.
Yeah, this is like,
it's
you ever
very
pick
nice.
up certain colognes? You go to your wife spent a lot of money on cologne and you see the bottle and it's really ornate, and then you go to pick it up and it feels like you're holding a bottle of it's like, oh my
It's got
God.
some weight
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, this is good right
So
here.
it's a nice, and it's it's a spray. It's not a roller.
Oh yeah, that's
And
nice.
It's really nice. And again, it's a pheromone
nice.
spray. So really high quality ingredients for this company. And we've just added them to the lineup too. So you'll find those in some of our locations.
I missed two things. One, when Fancy Things came from Paris, and
Oui.
and I miss.
I got you some pheromones from Paris.
No.
Ooh la la.
And I also miss calling it Old Perry.
Yes.
That's what I like. I want to.
I just got off a vessel. I brought you some pheromones from Old Paris.
So, is there a particular part of the world that's known the most for
Sex toys?
or
I'd say
like
Paris, right? No?
No, not so much. I would say some of, and it's funny you mentioned that because I brought a Fun Factory item here, and Fun Factory is from Germany, and then Womanizer.
I was gonna say Germany.
Yeah, they're known for their engineering. Womanizer is also coming from that general area. So I think that for function and engineering, that's where a lot of the
like
innovation is
BMW
coming. Yeah, it's
and
kind of like your Mercedes
Audi
of
and-
massagers and fun,
Okay,
intimate
that makes
products.
sense.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And so but a lot of products technically are made in China, but a lot of these companies who oversee them, the design process is all handled in the U.S.
Sure.
So
yeah, that's
there's-
because manufacturing is done there, and it has to be done there.
So I think now with the way that manufacturing has changed, and now with crowdfunding and all these other things, we're seeing a lot of small companies pop up. These women-owned, women-driven products where the design is much more thought out. And so, it's just a changing world. We're seeing little boutique companies pop up everywhere with really great ideas and great products. So,
And those boutique companies, they could focus on one particular product and put all their research and development and time into, so that you're getting the best, instead of let's say a bigger toy company that's trying to do
We have
100
divisions at that point.
100 products or whatever.
If it were us, I'd be like, guys, we just got to focus.
Yeah.
We're the butt guys.
the
there are
internet-
those who do that. Yeah.
But the internet has made these boutique companies, obviously, it's easier for them to distribute and advertise, and then it's easier for you guys to find them.
Yeah, the distributors have been wonderful in picking up. There are certain distributors who actually excel at finding these little niche products and things like where I get, there's only a couple distributors where I pick up good, clean love from. You know, they only trust a couple people with their products, and that's where I go to get them.
Yeah, and that's like the relationship that goes back to what Tom was saying about the relationships that Deborah and all of her team have at Fairville. Like we were talking about this one right here. That thing looks
Fun Factory.
Yeah,
Okay,
I see
so,
Tom about to jump out of his seat because you had one of these.
So Fun Factory,
that
this is their
went awry, didn't it?
This is their first foray into a vibrating C-ring. Now, what's cool about this product?
It looks like a wabbit.
It does. It has these cool little ears that come off the ring. This is all silicone. It's completely submersible, rechargeable. The on and off button's right on the top. You just get to hold it for a couple seconds. Maybe. Is it going to... I swear I didn't use it. Here it goes. And it's got two motors in these cute little ears. And you could use it by yourself. You could put it on your fingers. You can use it with a partner. And if you just push the button again, you're going to ramp up the intensity.
Oh, yeah.
And now put your finger between the little ears.
Oh, between the ears is where it's at.
Oh, yeah. So imagine...
Nothing between my ears.
I can keep that in my wallet.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if your wallet got stolen again and they found that?
That's a nice...
Wow.
I mean, that thing goes.
Yeah.
Put your finger between the ears.
Aggressive.
Oh, yeah. Between the ears is where it's at. What do you put between the ears? What do I put there? French fry? Tater tot?
You can use your imagination.
Put anything in there.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
The
that
old man in the
stretches out.
canoe. What was it?
Yeah, the canoe and the top hat.
There it is.
I know. I was trying to remember that too. But yeah, it's really.
You all right, buddy?
I don't think I'm getting that
California
back.
dreaming over
He's kind of holding on to that. But what's really cool about this company is like even on the packaging, they try to minimize the packaging, but they have a game on the inside. You can open it up, and it gives you ideas and little games to play.
Games?
Yeah, it comes with its own Tyvek packaging or storage bag, so it's really hygienic. Again, it's 100% silicone, so it's super easy.
The
to clean.
packaging looks like that XOXO packaging for the, when you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, you go to buy a pizza cutter and everything's like rounded and, do you know what I'm talking about? Like it looks like very high-end kitchen decor.
Yeah, and it's called the NOS. It's not in stock yet, people, but it will be coming
cool.
very soon. In the next couple weeks, they're going to release it for distribution. Even on the back of their booklet, they show their factory in Germany. So it's
crazy.
it's really cool. They really are very proud of
Super high-end.
and it's going to run about $100.
It looks like it, though.
rechargeable.
Yeah.
Again, with the 2 motors in there, I think it's well worth it.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. They've gone and done what cell phone companies didn't do until a couple years ago, where it's like you just can put it in the little dock for charging and stuff like that, right? Like the little side, it's got like a little.
It's induction charging.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So again, completely waterproof,
That's
super
crazy.
easy to care for and to maintain, and it's on an angle, which is really going to be great for a variety of reasons when you're using it. It really is going to have better reach.
Oh yeah, you can go out, you can go in.
Yep, you can
go,
flip it
you
around.
can go under and down.
Yes.
You can go under and and you go to the side if you want to. I don't know what application you're doing.
No, I'm not sure about that one.
I wonder, Deborah, and this is part of I guess being more open and understanding, sex or whatever. Because I'm thinking about this, it's something that guys typically don't talk to other guys about. Because I'm looking at the C-ring. And I'm thinking to myself, I've never talked to any other of my friends or anybody, they never be like, hey,
sorry I'm late. I lost my C-ring.
Even them talking about hey, bro, you
gotta get this toy.
I have said to guys though, but I'm different. I've said to guys that woman, I get you one of those. Yeah.
But on the show, but have you said that in
in
to
real
other
casual conversation?
Yeah.
Not to people that aren't connected to the show that ask me about it. The honest answer is no.
I wonder why that is. I guess because you're just embarrassed.
That's our
or
society.
something.
America's been like that for a while, right?
Because I feel like
guys don't like to talk about that.
I think it's
sort
a
of stuff.
weird psychological thing with guys thinking that if they have to use toys with their ladies, that it's less manly.
I don't need
they can't satisfy their woman
There
by
is
themselves.
still
There's a weird
that.
stigma there.
There is still that stigma.
My
out
mouth
there.
is nature's vibrating. Come on.
Right,
Come
right.
on. Get out of here.
Have you just
God.
holding that? There's no way you can compete.
can't.
But
that's $100,000 worth of technology in that,
Yeah.
to design it
Yeah.
or more, probably
Oh,
more.
gosh, yeah.
Probably more. These guys, they do their designing in Germany on a CAD machine. You mean to tell me you do that with your stinky Wranglers? Or you didn't even brush your teeth. You didn't even brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You didn't even brush your teeth.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that guys never have any casual conversations about or recommend anything to
Girls
each other.
recommend stuff to each other.
Yeah,
all the time.
I know.
They're doing
Yes.
it right.
Yeah. I hear they definitely girls talk about it and talk to each other about it, but guys don't for whatever damn reason.
You
It's
guys got to break the stereotype,
And we're totally
man.
okay with allowing it to just be average or below, and just be like, well,
Whatever.
I'd rather just live with my stigma and horrible sex.
And
Why?
And once they can step out away from that and have some really positive interactive experiences.
Yeah.
And that's one of the nice things about a vibrating ring or something like that. Because two people can really enjoy the
It's not just for you.
the sensations.
Yeah, everybody's getting
and it's okay, it's a great way to really introduce some fun products into
the chat room, and now
they're lighting it up.
They're
huh?
oversharing now. God, man, good Lord, I can't even read that.
Yeah, that one you can't read.
Holy, that guy's professing the effect. You love your wife, sir.
but
good on you.
But it's not even because guys are embarrassed about talking about because and maybe Concrete Mike is cut from a different cloth.
No,
here, but-
he went over.
Different
He went over the clip.
But he'll tell us all day long about toting and he's open, he's open,
He's open, baby.
Yeah. And he don't mind talking about it. But it seems like a stigma that I never hear. It's like me and my friends from Miami have never talked about buying any toys or recommending any toys. And I'm sure people use them.
Try
and
it
that's the
out in
thing.
your friends chat.
Here, I've
See
got
what
to.
happens.
Here, I've got to
Will they
read.
think you're crazy?
No. I'm going to tell them right now.
I'm going to try to read this one from Mike. He says, I love the toys. Love helping my wife blank 15 times. Gets me blank again and begging for more rounds of blank. There you go.
Man, that's an endorsement.
Do you tell the guys
Put
on
that
the
on the package.
Yes.
on the site, like the construction site, when you're pouring a slab for Walmart, do
Yeah.
you talk to the other guys
I
about it,
mean,
or are you
if
just
they
telling
ask-
us, Mike?
If they, right? If Mike's very open.
I don't think he tells his concrete friends.
Dude,
Only tells us because we're soft.
You know what would be funny? I don't
we're
know. I
accepting.
don't know if you'd be open to this. You know, it'd be funny even if we just get him on the phone. It would be
Oh
fun
my
to
God, I
end
love
one
it.
time. The next time Deborah comes in, we should try to get Mike on because he is one of the more sexually liberated members of our
that would
kind
be
of our.
fantastic.
And this guy, he's all about it,
You
man,
know
and
what?
he's very open about it.
I
And-
probably need to hear what he's looking for. What aren't we hearing that he wants?
You know what
Oh,
we're gonna have to do
he's-
again because we did this. It was popular. We're gonna have to do an uncensored,
Yeah.
one-off. We
Yep.
sit down with you, and then we'll bring Concrete
No,
Mike
I got a
in
better
there.
idea, Deborah. Our wives return for Two Wife Crew and Concrete Mike.
Oh
Okay,
my
Concrete
gosh.
Mike can be on the phone.
It's a dream.
And then we'll all talk vibrators. And anything, and then we'll exchange ideas.
Yeah, just a think tank. We'll have a think tank. Well,
That's it. Yeah.
These are all great. And again, don't forget about the mother of your children. I know I will not because it's the only mother I've left.
Oh.
Why would you say that?
I don't
Why
know.
would you
It
make
felt-
it
it
hard?
felt-
Put it right down.
You
You looked him right in the eyes.
I did.
Too.
It felt like where I needed to go. It felt so comfortable.
I'm gonna get my mom the biodegradable.
There you go.
Fairway.
She's earth conscious.
If you don't like it, throw it out your sunroof.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like, here we go. That's very awkward.
I'm sure that's happened, right?
There's people that are close enough to get their mom.
That's a daughter
sex
to
toy.
mom thing,
I
right?
think so. I feel
Yeah.
like daughter to mom, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So
Or Concrete Mike.
hopefully,
Absolutely.
hopefully Tommy one day will get you a German rabbit.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
C-ring music. There we
He
go.
hands it
There
to
you go,
He's
Dad.
like, yeah.
Happy Father's Day. Yeah.
Please never let that happen.
You're out there skimming the pool. He's like, Dad, can I talk to you for a second? I got you a gift.
I hate when anybody has to talk to me for a second because I know whatever's coming next.
it's more than a second, too.
Yeah.
I
It's,
did this
it's my fault or something I did.
I did this to him yesterday, Deborah. I said, hey, Tom, can you talk to us for a second?
Yeah,
Gonna be
well, I know it's you.
And he
but-
goes, I'm not falling for that. He's yelling
Yeah.
at me. He's absolutely yelling at me.
So, Deborah, let's talk about locations and.
Oh, good. We never get to run through this while she's here. Good.
Yeah. Obviously, the OBT location,
Yep.
Fairville, the original Fairville Megastore.
Yep.
And what are some other locations?
Well, we have a second one in Orlando. For those who do not know, we are on International Drive, real close to Sand Lake. So it's an easy jump off of I-4 and then a few blocks and you're right at our front door.
Super easy.
So it's great for people who live more in Osceola County or on that other side of Orlando. We do have a store in Cape Canaveral, and it's right there on A1A, really close to the Cocoa Beach Pier. We also have Key West. So shout out if you're going to make it to Key West. Fantasy Fest is on. So that's what we hear in October.
Okay.
So
All right.
game on.
In October. Going
October.
up against Earth Day birthday.
Yeah, they are.
Could be trouble.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
bad.
then we are located, we have a little tiny store in Secrets Hideaway Resort in Kissimmee. That is a private resort, but you can come in and shop in the store. So,
There you go.
if you want to know our hours, they're all a little bit different. So go online, fairville.com, and all of our university programs
yeah.
are on there too. And we do have one coming up on the 29th. So,
Yeah, jump on the YouTubes, like and subscribe any Fairville videos to help them
yeah.
out because there's a lot of good information there, and they'll put out. Follow them on social too, because they put out blast on what's happening, things that are going on,
Absolutely.
and stuff at the stores.
I think that when my sons grow up and leave the nest, and then I'll be in my 50s or whatever. I think I'm gonna reinvent myself and then maybe explore myself in ways that I've never
Like
thought
a
of.
Finn Gillette style.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna become very roby.
Roby.
Yeah. Like I feel the robe inside me, and I just want.
Do you guys
like,
have any? You have robes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe maybe we need to go robe shopping at Fairville.
And then when I hear about Secret's Hideaway, I'm like, what's in there?
Yeah, what's a secret?
Yeah,
It's hidden away.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to know. It's secret.
I kind of want to hang out there.
No.
And there's a lot of lake. There's a lake nearby.
You're not even close.
Yeah, and I just want to walk around and see what's going on
in your robe.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, and then I want an RV involved, and
so you want to just kind of walk around.
Rings.
The robe is open.
And
Right? It's an open robe.
We're open, baby.
Secrets is more of a boutique hotel, and it does have a really awesome bar there and for nightlife and things like that. But it also has playrooms because it's a lifestyle resort.
Yeah.
So
that lifestyle, I feel like it's
No,
lifestyle. I want to get into a lifestyle.
Life is falling apart.
I've never had a lifestyle, and I feel
More
like
more
style.
life pile.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
life pile.
Like anybody,
That's good.
anybody that has a lifestyle is more interesting, right?
True.
Like if you're like
Active lifestyle.
Hey, yeah, they're into this
senior lifestyle.
Yeah, they're into this lifestyle. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
What I want to be in on the lifestyle.
You got the CrossFit lifestyle.
Yeah.
You want
But this-
roby lifestyle.
Yeah.
you're looking for a very niche lifestyle.
He wants silk
there's a
robe,
bar,
robe open,
there's a
you
bar and a pool, and then everybody's cool.
There's a bar.
He's rapping
And
now.
everybody's cool. Tom Byan on the mic, dropping them bars.
you know what I'm saying? Like no one's uptight about anything, and it's like, oh, what's
You're
going on?
freaking
here?
out, man. You're having a little Nas X moment. Next thing you know, he's going to be selling shoes with human blood in them.
There you go.
Giving Satan a lap dance. He's jumping all over you. Freaking out? You having a midlife crisis?
No, I'm just saying. I will though. Once it
Right.
gets to, I'm just
Once
gonna.
the kids are gone.
I'm transitioning into
Well,
the
they're not even
lifestyle.
gone. Not even gone yet. This guy's losing his mind.
Thanks, Deborah. I'm sorry. I just feel like telling you guys this.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. So also fairvilla.com, correct?
Yes.
Fairville.com. Thanks so much for coming in. We
my
love having
pleasure.
you in. Guys, we'll take a little break, and we'll come back with more A Corporate Time right after this. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. I'm cheating on my Mountain Dew Rise energy with a new Monster Ultimate Paradise.
How do you feel?
That
All right.
I mean,
It's got 40 milligrams less caffeine than the
Oh, wow.
Mountain Dew.
if
Mountain Dew does not mess around with their caffeine.
No, they go hard.
I feel
It's
like
a shame I don't like Mountain Dew.
if I was a better friend and like a better person, maybe
Okay.
I would have a conversation with you about caffeine and your caffeine intake, but I don't care. But I'm just saying.
It's
I
not
like
like
the-
you
I
don't drink a lot of
I like the-
caffeine.
I know. Well,
honestly.
also I want to enable Daniel so I can do it too.
Right.
Well, no, we do exactly the same thing. He just spaces his out like time release all day. I drink 5 mega charges like in the first hour of being awake, and then as the day goes on, I kind of wane from the caffeine.
But he also has Adderall. So he's Adderall, and then he
Yeah,
charges
yeah.
that with the Mountain Dews in between.
yeah, you couldn't do what I
it's a-
do because you've got caffeine plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little bit of meth flowing through my veins.
Give me
That
some of
helps.
that, and maybe
I
I'll
know.
ease down my caffeine.
I'll shave some off until your monster.
All right,
And top.
yeah.
Let's do some.
Let's do emails. Yeah,
Okay.
we neglect emails.
This says talking bikes on the BDM show. I heard you talking about wanting to start riding a bike in a group and that you mentioned wanting to get Maisie a new bike. In all honesty, I would suggest you and her getting a BMX bike and you two trying out a local skate park on bike days. Number one, it would be super fun for her and a great sport for her to get into. Secondly, you could talk and hang out with the other dads that still ride and take their kids to the park with them. I've been riding BMX for 24 years, and I have seen a lot of fellow riders turn into dads and end up doing what you were talking about. Just a thought, great show. P.S. Bringing a six-pack and some weed to the skate park is not frowned upon.
Well, I'm not going to start jumping around on a BMX bike. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I think you should.
I got
agree.
one if you want one.
I
I got
mean-
one for sale, buddy.
Dukes of Hazzard BMX.
I mean, I
bike.
think I could ride the bike, but I'm not going to start jumping stuff. No, I just don't think that's in the cards.
I think you need to get an awesome mongoose or whatever it is.
You see what he's doing? He's trying to come at me, bro, because I came at him so hard about the one week.
And then you go to the skate park, and then you hang out with all the other teens,
Yeah.
and you're the cool
Flat
dad.
brim.
Yeah.
I'm not cool. They
And-
just allow me to hang out, right?
And then you drop into the bowl, and,
And
you
then
do
blow out
you
my
do some
ankles.
pumps around. Then You do that move where you try the backflip over the fence. You know, you're not supposed to go out there, but someone figured out.
I backflip over a fence. I can't even backflip. Are you crazy?
And then all your teen skate friends will, they'll do that, slap their skateboard on the side of the thing. Yeah, that means they really like it.
You know, May has a BMX bike now that she's almost too big for it. So I got to get her a new bike. But I want to get her one. She's expressed interest in getting one with gears. And then next size up, they make one with gears. But now we're starting to get into like serious money, bikes.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're starting to get into real bikes.
Can you like a car? Can you like turn in your used bike and like get a credit?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to consignment hers because it's a good bike. It's a specialized, it's a legit good kids bike that she started riding right after she turned 3. Like I had her on that balance bike.
Do your kids ride bikes yet?
No, there's it's a very I'm very embarrassed by it.
No, don't be embarrassed by it. I know some people that his kids didn't ride bikes until they're 8 or 9 years old. I mean, it's different for every kid. But like May,
you should be embarrassed if that happens.
Well, no, I know people, but there's certain kids that she gravitated to it. It's what she likes. But I got to get her a new one now, and because she's a little tall.
She's a tallie.
She's a tallie.
Yeah, we got the boys' bikes, but Crystal wanted to go cheapo, and I was like, let's go to Orange Cycle or whatever.
Shout out to Orange Cycle.
But
that's exactly what I did.
A kid's bike is like $600 or what is like
it can be
a $380. It was maybe it was $560. Anyway, it was.
You want the Walmart specials?
And then I went to the old Dick's and got off the rack.
I went to old Dick's.
And then $79, but it's hard to pedal. It's got everything is just some Chinese-made bike.
We just started on that. They call them Striders or balance bikes.
Mm-hmm.
The ones with no pedals. And then she just, what really helped and what taught her. And Andrew and I were talking about this over the weekend. The way our garage is made, when the crazy guy that owned my house before me, when he walled everything off, they put a strange concrete platform in there, so it made like this weird elevation coming out of our garage. So there's like this tiny hill that goes down. And she used that on the Strider bike to just go down. So she had enough to just shoot down a little, almost like a little ramp, and then it gave her just enough speed to get going. And she would just repeatedly do that. And that's how she learned how to ride a bike.
She's also a natural athlete, and she's tough.
She's pretty tough.
So there's nothing. I mean, I'm telling you, when I was jumping on a trampoline,
we need a bike sponsor. Yes, Norm, because I'm a bike guy. Yeah.
In Colorado, there was no I couldn't scare her. I was trying to double bounce her to the point where she would be like, "All right, slow down, stop." There was none of that. Maisie. It seems like she will never
Thrill
say
seeker.
Yeah, and that's ingrained into you. And both my sons don't have. Max has I don't know, Tommy. You could bully him into doing things, or if you
peer pressure him.
Yeah. If you chant his name, he'll just throw himself off some. He'll do that, but. For the most part, just Maisie's a good athlete, and she's not afraid of anything.
It's just what she's into. That's her kind of a thing.
This one says, "Where's the line? Hello, all. From what I saw, the Land Cruise 2021 was a victory. A win for us, too, with a pod near the stage, some cool kids, and T&D. Now that Tom is big-timer Tom, though I didn't go over to their pod and say anything, but goddamn a lot of people did pay their respects to the Godfather Don Tom, though. Not dogging it. We were late. It was loud, and I didn't want to bother them. Plus, I started to feel like I wouldn't want this many people on me, especially given the Rona, but don't talk about that. They've discussed we appreciate the fans, come say hi, and they did at their pod, scream talk at Tom, back rubs, handshakes, and split. Andrea, being ever prepared, would break out the hand sanitizer and load everyone up as soon as the sweaty chunguses left.
No way.
Not dogging sweaty chunguses either, as I'm cool with many. It just has to get old, especially now. All that being said, question number 1, what's the entertainer/fan line in Rona? Number 2, after this many years, what's the uncomfortable scenario where someone crossed that line?
Well, then there's nothing that's like some sort of protocol.
Yeah, there
that
isn't a
works
dead set.
Because it changes all the time. And I talked to a lot of people that were fully vaccinated already had their one shot or whatever. And you got to understand too. First, I don't care about anything about that. I appreciate everybody that says hi and whatever. I have no line to cross. You can never cross the line. one guy put a gun in, not that you should ever do this, but put a gun in my ribs as a joke.
This was at the land cruise.
That should
loaded
be the
gun,
line,
and
dude.
it didn't matter to me. Like that's how crazy I am.
Yeah,
this
we
is
all
a mental
have our
illness.
dysfunction.
You could do whatever you want to me. I'll never, really
Was
be like
this-
offended or be like, oh my god, this,
Was this person like asking if anybody crossed the line that night? Because they didn't.
No.
Everything was fine.
And
what
but
I mean?
but we did.
I think they mean in general, but yeah, one of the questions is specifically during the pandemic, but then has there ever been a time?
I kind of expected it to be very much like it was at the land cruise. We've all been pent up. This was our first event. I thought it was pretty par for the course. I didn't think that there was any really a line there. Has there been a line? Yeah, when that old man was telling me where to stand and kind of standing up on me and kind of like forcing his protocol on me and acting as if I didn't know what I was doing and wasn't taking it seriously. That made me mad, but that wasn't our event.
Yeah, I think he means with listeners, and I think and me.
I haven't had a listener be.
But that's
weird.
why me and there's been other events before this that we've been invited out to and sponsors and things, but we know what will happen, and what will happen at events is people want to come talk to us, which is normal.
That's why we do them.
But we also know that then creates a problem when a lot of people want to come talk to you. And when you're talking to one person, there'll be another person that will come and want to talk to you, and then they'll stand there and wait until that conversation is done, and then you go. And usually that's how it is at normal events, is like just like talking to people, especially our listeners who support us, right? But then that causes usually a group standing around all talking to each other, which you shouldn't do at a pandemic, obviously, So we just have to wait till we can get to a point where we can do events like that without it being societally frowned upon, obviously, and unsafe. Honestly,
right.
I don't want to be, and hopefully, get to a point where like we're both fully vaccinated, and then we feel comfortable that we're not spreading corona to someone else that spreads it to someone that could die from it. And that's what we always felt, is like, just follow whatever science says and do whatever is safe as possible. And that's why we haven't done events until the land cruise. And we knew that there was going to be some mingling around in the land cruise, but what I saw, everybody had masks on, everybody was being safe as possible, everybody's using hand sanitizer, and like I said, I talked to a bunch of people that were already vaccinated already, so we're getting closer.
They took a temperature before you even got to your pods. So.
Yeah, and so we're moving closer to a point where we can get back to talking to everybody again. It's but as far as anybody crossing the line, no, for me it's impossible because.
I got lines. Please don't cross them.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody's different.
I have boundaries.
Yeah, everybody's different. Yeah, and if you don't know that, then you're not very smart.
Here's what I do now, where if I'm going to talk to someone, I will put a mask on until they tell me that it's all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like
just
just because I don't know how and I think that's how everybody should act. Is like you're doing it out of courtesy for the other person until they tell you what they feel. Yeah, right. Like 100%. Don't just assume how they feel. Yeah. That's how they. And
it's a lesson in just being like polite to people, being considerate.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. And
it's a good thing to do, actually.
Even if you are fully vaccinated or whatever, like, you don't have it. It's just a courtesy to someone who doesn't know that information, right?
Right.
So that's all that I.
Yeah, somebody asked in the Twitch chat room, what happens if your temperature is too high? They won't let you in. I saw it happen. I've seen it happen in a couple of different things I've been to.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta, like, if you're wearing a hat, like Daniel, you may have been hot, so they give you another chance. I think.
Yeah, they don't say, but it's just another line of like a precaution. I think it's less about them actually taking your temperature and more about you knowing that at certain places they will take your temperature, and then if you're at home and you feel like you have a fever, then don't go out, right?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's use your brains. God damn.
Yeah. Everybody's like, well, you still have no temperature and spray. It's not about that. It's like, it's just another little thing.
It's a little line.
Maybe you're right. If you feel off, like, you're like, well, they're checking temperatures, that will remind me, like,
that's what it is.
Maybe I
caution.
shouldn't go there.
It's not the poor man in the orange vest with the temper. Like, that guy's our last line of defense. No, use your brain. You are.
Yeah.
Which actually, that guy is more dependable than
And
you.
every, you know,
Yeah, I trust him.
and hopefully, you know, my God,
I know.
you know, just
Next email,
just give
my
it,
God.
give it a couple more months, and we can.
The Twitch chat room can't wait till we're doing the program and spitting in each other's mouths.
So we got a couple about old toys and donating them. It says, so I donate all my old toys and any good toys or play places being tossed in the trash to a local private run daycare near my house. She takes care of about 20 kids for parents that can't afford the more expensive corporate daycares, and she lets the kids that don't have a plethora of toys at home take things from the daycare home to enjoy. If you don't find somewhere to donate Tom's toys, let me know and he can bag them up and I'll scoop them and take them out to the daycare lady. And then another lady gave us a couple different charities. Heart to Give is a local nonprofit that helps children and families in the community. They will take gently used toys and clothes to distribute directly to needy families locally. A woman named Terry runs it, and she's amazing. You can either drop it off or she will pick up the donations.
All right, I like that. And that's what I'm kind of was looking for, is like a local person that does this very peer-to-peer, right? Like, so
They know the families that need it.
exactly, and it's not so big.
Peer-to-peer. That's like file sharing, right? Like a torrent, like a toy torrent.
But the,
Toy
B&B.
you know, yeah.
Toy B&B.
It's like micro charity, where like someone took it upon themselves, like, hey, I'm going to help a handful of families, and that's what I'm going to do. And like that's what I like because you get so big, and then it becomes like,
I like to be able to look into your eyes and see how much good I'm doing, and then I like for you to be able to thank me personally. I don't like for it to go into the big charity
Yeah, you
machine.
want your praise.
Yeah, like I want to be able to come later and be like, so those toys I gave you, kids still use? Oh, you threw them out? You're dead to me.
it's like anything. The smaller, the more it actually has an impact, right?
It does.
Yeah.
What else you got, Sam?
I think we have to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
we do.
Bye-bye.
Oh. Welcome to another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Samantha, our producers here. Butler's in the other room. I have a sty in my left eye that hurts really bad.
Yeah.
I remember my dad would get these, and I always thought they were from stress or anxiety. But no idea. I have no idea what causes it, but it
Probably
hurts.
is. I mean, we had this big event, and all this
You
stuff,
got Rona sty.
And it's a weird word, too.
They're caused by infected oil glands on your eyelids.
Yeah, but how did it
poor
get...
hygiene, old makeup, and certain medical or skin conditions
I've
can
never
increase
had
your
one
risk for styes.
I've never had one before.
Me either.
It hurts, though. God, it hurts.
How do you treat it? You put some ointment on there or something?
I think you're supposed to just do, like, warm compresses and keep your eye clean. That's all I'm doing.
It'll work itself. It's a
That's
pimple,
what I'm
right?
saying. Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's basically like an infected oil gland. But, yeah, it's gross, though. And I hate the name of it. A sty. It just sounds terrible. It sounds like something you'd find on a hog or a pig or something, right?
Just call it eye pimple.
That's
right?
worse. I think that's worse. Sty. I'll take sty then.
Well, sty sounds medical.
Fractal. Call it a fractal. That sounds better.
Eye pimple sounds
Ugh.
less extreme. Like sty sounds like it's some sort of medical
No,
problem.
Dr. Tracy Claus in our Twitch chat room. By the way, every day we're live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/TomandDan Live. And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find all of the replays from every single day that we broadcast. She says that hot compress and it will go away. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah, that will help for sure.
Let's do some voicemail.
Okay, let me grab some voicemail messages for you. If you'd like to leave one, you can do so by, well, there's two ways. 1-844-TOM and Dan. That's T-O-M, the letter N-D-A-N, 1-844. Or you can find our app, totally free. Download all of our shows. And this is a celebrity voicemail.
Hey, Tom, Dan, Sam, and Travis. This is Mike Aiello. Dan, you were talking about that you and Andrea are rewatching Cheers. Summer and I are doing the exact same thing. And you're absolutely right. All of the jokes pretty much hold up, except for Sam Malone and his chauvinistic, ways. But every joke is pretty generic and for any generation. We're actually really surprised how much we're enjoying watching it. But one thing, and you're never going to look at anything else after I tell you this. Look at how many bad beer pours occur during the course of that show. Almost every single pour from the tap, every beer they serve has about 5 inches of foam. And they serve it. So I don't know how Sam's Bar is in business, because I wouldn't go there, because they only fill your glass with about a half-inch worth of beer.
Yeah, and they use this thing, at the time they called it near beer, that had a low percentage. I think it's what O'Doul's and other type of non-alcoholic beverages, which is weird that they call those non-alcoholic and they still have a small percentage of alcohol in them. I think they should be. Anyway. Yeah, they use this thing called near beer, and yeah, it is weird. It's bright, almost like vitamin PP yellow, and it's foamy, and you'll see them. You also see a lot of microphones in the back.
Really?
You see a lot of shadows. In the first season, you can tell that the sound isn't perfect, and it makes me wonder if just everything is incremental. Where if like 30 years from now, I'll be watching Mr. Robot. And I'll be like, yeah, I can see that mistake. I can see that mistake. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know about with that show, but maybe with some other
But you
shows.
have to think in terms of just time. You know,
even like the Game of Thrones thing, remember,
Right.
or the Star Wars thing. There's
Right.
going to be, people make mistakes.
Yeah,
Nothing's going to be perfect.
But what's weird is that nobody was really clamoring. You couldn't like wallow in that show. Shows used to be just shows, and the only way you could get them, you have to buy them on VHS. But now we have time to pick them apart and find every mistake, because. You ever seen those videos on YouTube where you have a guy that said, I watched Joker, the movie, at 0.5 speed, and here are 15 things I found that I didn't see the first time I saw it.
Oh my God.
And it took him like 8 hours to rewatch the movie at half the speed so he could find all these little things that they did put in there, but he's able to like wallow in it now. We never had that.
Yeah. And also think about the TVs that they were watching Cheers on.
Oh, grainy.
At the time, yeah. They're like, whatever. No one's even
I should have
gonna
never said
see
Mr.
this.
Robot. All you Mr. Robot nerds are like, that show's too perfect.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. There's tons of mistakes in it.
So
horrible.
overanalyzed by
Horrible.
Sam Schmel.
Also, I bet you they probably didn't even have a real draft system or some, I'm saying they were probably cutting corners too.
It probably wasn't really beer, right?
Well,
It was near beer.
Yeah, near beer.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
called it near beer.
Some sort of, like the same thing with cigarettes when they're smoking, they smoke the fake cigarettes on sets and stuff.
I
and-
watch that on SNL now because they do a lot of bits where someone's smoking a cigarette, and they look pretty real as far as like the actual smoke, but you notice they never exhale any smoke. It's always like, because some of the old school fake cigarettes like are clearly terrible. Like they don't like the cherry doesn't even light or anything. But I wonder, where do you buy those kind of props?
They're like prop cigarettes.
Yeah, like
they
the
make
same
them out of
place-
like herbal something.
Spirit
like,
gum, all those fake high-end mustaches. There used to be a store here in town that you could buy it from, like a theater store. Like in bigger areas, like your bigger cities, like your Chicagos, your New Yorks, your LAs. They have like costume. We used to have a really killer costume store here that had all of that.
Now it's all online. You can get
Fake
you can
junk.
get as many fake cigarettes as you want.
Yeah, but you
online
can't
now.
get them. The weird thing is you can't get them same day, and that used to be kind of cool. Like if you wanted to do like a skit, or if you were doing a video, and believe me, I went through that phase where I was like convinced I wanted to do like sketch comedy. It was cool to have a theater store here in town that you could just zip in and get like the spirit gum and the cool mustache. Like now, I know that everybody wants to say everything's online and it's better, but it's just not. It's not.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
the most part, it is, but
it's just you're not going to be able, like the how many people need fake cigarettes same day as compared to all the people that can wait a couple days and then
not
just
in
get 'em
Orlando,
again.
right? Certainly.
Yeah. And so it's like that brick and mortar store just is never going to survive. Like I don't know how most, unless it's like, high end customer service or like, some of the little hobby stores, people that are the hobbyist of that will go in and, get a relationship with the people
Okay,
that work there.
I got a question that goes along the lines of your store thing.
Uh-huh.
There is a store that you and I went in. Do you remember you and I were in charge of a halftime deal or a video content that we had to do for Orlando City Soccer Club.
Uh-huh.
We went into this little, like, it was an like Asian-owned, Korean-owned, like remote-controlled car store out on Colonial here in Orlando. Big thoroughfare. It's been there for as long as I can remember, for every year I've ever lived in Orlando. We went in there, and it's nothing but garbage RC cars.
Yeah.
Nothing, not anything in there that I know, like, just too many RC cars. Does that make sense? Like more garbage and poorly made RC cars than I've ever seen in any place. And people are always coming and going in that store. Why? What is it?
Money laundering.
What is it?
Well, and maybe we should dive into this and talk to some small business owners, but it seems like there's 2 small business owners that are going to survive that you're like, how are these stores surviving, right? And there's 2 scenarios.
Yeah.
One, and because I've talked to some of these people.
This is not shade. This is purely,
No.
I see it.
Like what's happening?
This morning as I was getting coffee, there was a mom and a dad and a kid coming out of there with tons of boxes. The place was as packed as could be a Bagel King or a Einstein. But my point is what? Because I've been in there and it's just RC cars.
There's 2 things that logically make sense to me that why they're still in business or why this company is still running. Because if you look at it, you're like, why doesn't everybody just buy online? Walmart, Amazon and Walmart just put most companies out of business. Sure. A small mom and pop. So the one that you could stay in business is if you've been in business for a while and you've got a base of your hardcores, kind of like anything. It's like you have your P1s, your regulars, and they talk with you and they continue to buy from you. Say you have some hydroponic store or whatever, a hobby store or like a remote control car store. They talk to you. They're into that hobby. So they're constantly just buying from you because you've got knowledge that they seek. And it's like they have this relationship and it's been built. And there's enough of your regulars to always keep you in business. And you're not trying to make an insane amount of money or you're just looking to,
stay afloat,
make money. You're happy with what
it's been there for 20 years.
And then there's another type of business that I've seen where, and this is what I like to call crazy old man, is you're a crazy old man and you have this business and you have some sort of money and you don't rely on the business 100% to like pay your bills.
Yeah.
Like so you run this business because it's kind of like,
oh, that's
one of my busy too.
That's one of my dream jobs.
And maybe it just pay. Some months you lose money. Some months you make a little bit.
It's like gambling with your business.
Well, it's like the interview that I did last week for Bungalower.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was a dream job, and I put in there, one of my answers was the dream job would be what you're describing. I am independently wealthy and I own a small music store in downtown DeLand. Maybe one person comes in every day to buy guitar picks, and that's the only person I have to do. The rest of the day, I'm noodling on guitars, playing my drums, listening to talk radio.
They call it the Army Navy.
I want the Army Navy.
Every Army Navy store is the same. It's like you're like, well, how are you making money
until
selling
Michael Douglas comes in and kills you?
Old fatigues. Like who's in it? And then you realize I
spent some time in the Army Navy store in high school.
This guy he doesn't do it for the money.
Oh, Dan's been there in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. He says, it's so packed with RC stuff, you can't walk down the aisles unless you're a tiny Vietnamese man, which is kind of true. It's very packed full of like crazy RC cars.
Yeah, like the same thing goes with like one-off liquor stores and other Boca Bargoons.
I don't know, man. Some of the one-off liquor stores are the better places to find the rare stuff.
Well, not in where we were at in Colorado, because remember the lady that.
Little liquor store? I didn't.
Little liquor.
There's a little liquor store.
You went into that. I didn't go.
Oh, I thought you went in there to get some stuff. Like it was. So the person that was running it was I guess a trans woman, but thought she knew me. Remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
And she thought she knew me, and then started like going through this whole conversation about the last time I'd been there, and I looked good and all this kind of stuff. And I'd never met this person before in my life, but she was dressed to the 11s, full on like sweater and all of her jewelry and her hair perfectly done and everything, and it was
How did you handle that?
I just bought my stuff.
Did you pretend like you knew?
I did the Tom, and I never do the Tom. I went along with it, and that's what was surprising.
I wonder if that's her thing, just to see if people will go along with it or not. Just pretend like you know. That's a fun game.
It put me on. Yeah, I guess if you're bored,
pretend like you know somebody and see if they react.
Yeah, it was very, very.
How many can you get people to lie to you and say that they know you.
The thing that was odd is that I was more thrown off about her saying she thought she knew me than I was about her appearing to be a woman and could have been a man. Like there was none of that.
Yeah.
It was more like, what's happening right now?
Yeah. Am I being pranked?
I just want White Claw.
Well, that's small business. You get to know your customers and that you have your regulars, and I think that's what keeps you afloat.
Probably, yeah. Just like a bar or anything else, right?
Yeah.
You become like a package place. Let's try this one.
Hey, Tom, Dan, and Sam. On the Nerd Jock segment, you guys were talking about whatever and took a hard right towards hypnotizing. And I worked at a bar where the owner thought it was a good idea to let a group of women, or actually just a group of friends, hire a hypnotist to come in and do a show for them. But while we kept the bar open, so we had to tell all the other bar patrons that they had to be quiet.
No.
In a bar, so that these group of people could have their hypnotist. And it was so awkward and I hated it. And I watched it and I was like, this is fake, but somehow it worked. And then I watched, there's a YouTube show called Good Mythical Morning where the host, Rhett and Link, went to go get hypnotized. And it was very obvious that it works on certain people. So I'm pretty sure that anyone that's ever been in a cult or hardcore religious could probably be hypnotized.
There's more. I'm just pausing because I saw you had something on your tongue.
No. That's the thing I'm talking about, where you see the hypnotists do these shows, and they do them all over and there's some that come to the local improvs, they tour around and they do a show where they hypnotize people from the audience, and they're not plants, they're not working with them.
They're people.
I'm saying he didn't.
But they're impressionable, maybe.
But they
want to be hypnotized, so they play into it.
But it doesn't seem like they all are just acting and playing into it. Some of them
I
are.
want to be hypnotized, right? I'm open to that.
Let's get a hypnotist
Look,
in here.
I want to be hypnotized, but I think I'm unhypnotizable because I'm not open enough to it, right? I don't really believe in it.
Everybody I've ever talked to says that same thing. So who is hypnotizable? Butler?
Yeah. Butler, have you been hypnotized? No. Not yet.
Could it because then you say, it only works on people that are in cults. I can't believe that either, because
she keeps going.
We could find someone. I mean, Kara, she got out of it, so maybe it doesn't not gonna work. Maybe it's hard to find someone in a cult, but it's not like all these people that get hypnotized in the audience of these shows are former cult members or current cult members. They're regular people, and I'm sure these people travel around all across the country. So it's a broad stroke of different people.
It's all kinds of different folks.
Is it a little bit real? Is there something to it?
Is it just for dumb people?
No, it can't be that either, because it's not like all these shows and all these hypnotists that are only finding dumb people. And I'm sure you could talk to people that have been hypnotized and say, I'm not a dumb person, but it's my job.
Hypnotized?
No.
I don't either. Well, I want to let's finish her thing.
Because they are malleable. Their brains are malleable and believe certain things and all of that stuff. But other people who are very I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, nobody knows the word.
More logical thinking?
Yeah, nobody knows what.
That doesn't seem like the case, because I've seen videos about hypnotists and whether it's real, and I think Amazing Randy did
My
something,
old
I love this stuff.
Used to
Well,
hypnotized me, and from what I understood, it was almost more like a meditative state.
Yes.
Right.
It wasn't, though, like, it wasn't like he made me cluck like a chicken or anything.
Yeah.
But we're sitting there. It's like EDMR. Like,
Yeah, I do that, yeah.
Yeah, it's no different than any of that. It's just almost like changing the state that you're in and almost controlling your thoughts, or not controlling your thoughts.
See, because that's the thing that I am trying to find out, because there is a base of science behind therapists or psychologists hypnotizing their patients, but it is more of a putting you in a meditative, very calm state to talk freely without barriers.
Yeah, he would say it was a form of hypnosis, but he'd never fully used the term hypnosis, maybe because he knew I don't really
and that's
believe or understand it.
been proven to work, and there's science behind like getting it to a state of consciousness that you're more open, or that you can recall
down,
like help you recall old memories.
Yes.
Like there's those, like,
I believe in all of that.
Like, but that there's psychology behind that, right? There's like studies and stuff like where they put people where they can help them remember things that they had blocked out through some sort of, you can call it hypnosis, you can call it meditation, whatever. So I feel like in the Venn diagram, that's a part of whatever the hell they're doing for entertainment.
Right.
But then there's the cluck like a chicken run around.
It's the thing, like, I don't know if your therapist does this as well, but like you'll see the old school hypnotist, right, with the watch that goes back and forth, and there's a little bit of that, right? Like you got to follow the fingers of your therapist, and so there's a little bit of that.
It's like breathing. It's like like you're focusing on one thing, focusing on your breathing, focusing on a word.
My therapist is like, he's like, lay down. He's like, close your eyes. I open your mouth. And then
I don't go that
I
far.
can feel it coming. As soon as it's out, I was like, here it comes.
You guys get all serious.
I know. But it's like
so serious in here.
And it's hard because we can't bring a hypnotist that does these shows and start just tearing them apart about how it's fake, because
what if we found one that's kind of like Kostya Kimlot, right? Where they're honest about it. Like, hey, this is magic. It's
exactly
illusion.
what we've tried to do with Cindy Kaza when she's come in here. We don't want to just start executing her and saying how much we don't believe in her speaking to spirits, but I would prefer to sit down and have a conversation with her and understand what she does, right?
Yeah. But she's doing that Jay Moore thing that she just can read people, and that's what it is.
Which is
like,
great
then there's
skill,
that video of her sitting next to a tree with the smoke's coming out of the ground. That's pretty weird.
I think that same ability, we've gone over this, but that's the same ability like the what's the guy, the Bernie Madoffs or the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world that that have this ability, because all those people that talk people into like ludicrous stuff, and you're like, how? And I think they just can connect with you and get to know someone and their background and who they are fast, and then start like knowing where this stuff
and what people want to hear, and
it's like you're a master manipulator with also you're super in tune to like any emotional cue and things people say. Weird. It's a talent.
Yes,
here's some good info from our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. From the actual chat room, it says a hypnotist uses what's called induction. It's in this phase that a skilled hypnotist will chooses the ones that will be suggested. They will dismiss the people that are not able to be pulled in. It's a lot of cold read as well. I used to run lighting for quite a few hypnotists.
Oh, you got to call in because
That's interesting. Yeah, call in if you can, man. That's Twisted Movies. Thank you, buddy.
We need to find someone that will swear to us they were at one of these hypnotist shows and they got hypnotized and they did something that they normally wouldn't do under this scenario, right? Mm-hmm. Because like imagine if some hypnotist hypnotized me in the show and then started like I got up on stage, I was like dancing,
or freestyle rapping,
like Lizzo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
you're sitting there playing a flute in a leotard.
Stuff that I would never do ever.
What if under hypnosis you could actually freestyle rap really good?
Yeah.
Because it frees your mind.
Or what if you just started dancing to Single Ladies by Beyonce?
Well, that would be the proof. But then again, like, then someone would be like, well, you can't be hypnotized. I'm like, why can't I? I'm pretty dumb. Everybody knows that. You listen to me. Like, I'm dumb. My brain is Swiss cheese for CTE. Like, I should be the perfect prime candidate for this. So can it be done to me? But I've never seen it being done to anybody I've known. And anybody that I've trust can actually tell me, like, right. Oh, yeah. This is what happened.
And the ones that I loved were, and earlier on in my radio career, I remember we'd have the magician or the hypnotist come in who like could make the lady like hypnotize her into thinking that we'd taken all her clothes off or something. You know, like those. And it was always like, I remember I never ever believed it. I would go along with it, but the only reason I would go along with it
was the person doing it?
Because I was early in my radio career. I never had any power. You know, I was typically like an intern, or I would have been an associate producer for some other shows at this time. This is before I even did the morning show. And we'd get these guys that come in, they'd be like, and the lady would do the whole thing where she's like, and he'd be like, oh, typically they were British, it's a stereotype, and they'd be like, and right now she actually thinks she's naked, and when I snap, we're not going to let this go on too long because you don't want any irreparable damage, and snap, and you're out of, I'm okay now, and very good, and you can see me tonight at the Orlando Improv, and it was like that whole thing, and I would just sit there, it's happening, but I never questioned it, I never did any good, I just kind of sat there and went along with it because I had no power, and I just sit there and watch it, I'd be like, sure, of course, he's hypnotized the lady, thinks she's naked.
So did the lady go along with it?
I don't know.
Because she was embarrassed to have the guy left let him hang or whatever,
Yeah, where she opens her eyes like, I got nothing.
Yeah,
I still have my clothes on.
If she were like you, I would imagine that you would be so uncomfortable into thinking
you would just
that you would go along and do whatever. It's kind of like what you did.
But later you'd admit to.
No, but you did it this weekend when you were dancing with
a table.
I almost said you're dancing with Michael Cohen.
With the table. But that was discussed, and he's like, hey, just come out.
You
and
were
grab
disgusted?
The thing. No, he Michael Barron told me
that was disgust.
He's like, I'm gonna bring you on a stage, just go with it. And I was like, all right, and that was my,
I wonder is there some of that to it, like like he knows that you're the one to dance at the table.
Yeah, but that's taking a lot of chances.
You're gonna work harder to dance at the table than I am, and maybe he read that.
Because usually magicians, and I put this in the same category as like a hypnotist.
It's the same, I think.
Because it's all some sort of trick,
I bet you
obviously.
Coach Kimlot can do hypnosis.
Well, he's said, he
that guy can do anything.
He can implant,
he's really magic.
He could do tricks where it makes you seem like he's reading your mind. We've seen him
do
do it.
Yes.
But that's a series, and he'll tell you of where as he's talking, he knows where the human brain is going to go, and as he's mentioning or describing something, he knows that and he yells out, pick something, and gives you a category. He'll say, there's a 90% chance you're picking this, right?
Yeah.
Because all humans, all our brains are the same.
Let's get Kostya Kimlot to hypnotize the burping girl, Nancy Verbs.
Or Nancy Pop.
Yeah. And then let's put this sour nipple pucker on Butler.
So, is there anybody, our audience is listening that knows someone they trust that claims they've been hypnotized? Because that's another, even one step removed. Yes, my good friend or my brother or my mom, who would never lie to me, said that I didn't know, I couldn't control myself.
Anybody in the family?
Not that I know of.
Any friends? What about Grifton Jess? She looks hypnosable.
I don't know that she's ever dealt with a hypnotist.
You got nobody. I guess.
But there's tons of people that have done this.
I mean, there are guys right now. Remember, I sent you guys a screenshot last week of a guy that's the world's fastest British hypnotist that I was going to try and get on for a straight talk or something.
Look, search on YouTube, best hypnotist, and let's watch a video, and let's just analyze it for a second. Because I feel like I could tell... The shows and videos I've seen, the people, they look like they're full on into it. So like you said, they could pretend you're naked or whatever they implant, and that it's funny for the audience to be like, look at, he thinks his hairs are bananas.
Oh, wow.
I mean, look at this guy. This is the guy.
Chris Fisher lost his hair.
He does look like fish. All right, hold on. I'm going to go here. So we can all see this.
Yeah,
okay,
there's an element of magician involved.
Okay, interactive comedy that mesmerizes your audience. Hypnosis. Okay, you want to?
I just want to see a person.
What does he do?
Okay. Because it's all the same, right?
Highlights from Lander.
Okay, yeah. There's always the people, and then they pretend. Are they pretending they're sleeping?
I think so.
They're all smiling.
But is he gonna take the
chance?
chance?
And how come nobody falls out of the chair? You know what I mean?
Or just doesn't fall asleep.
Oh, he whipped her neck.
You can't do
Is it
this.
like pastors when they give you the Holy Ghost and you go freak out? Guys, is he on a stranger's boobs?
Yeah, that's odd, dude. That is odd. And she's in his butt. Look at that.
When you wake up, all you young teens on the stage are gonna be having an orgy.
Yeah, this is kind of creepy.
I am the hypnosis teen orgy man.
Because if I was a guy and I was pretending to sleep on the girl's boobs next to me,
I was hypnotized, bro.
Bubbling up in your body as if they are uncontrollably.
That girl's laughing, so she's definitely not hypnotized.
And 3, set up eyes closed. You want to burst out laughing. The more you laugh, the funnier it's going to get, people.
It's fake, right? What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
This is all fake. And we're okay
But
with
why
it.
are the people doing it? Are they just on stage and just like, I'm not going to do whatever he says?
this
Like,
is-
what is happening?
Okay, this is the guy. I typed in best hypnosis.
Yeah.
Or I typed in Beth hypnotist. So it came up with hypnotist Eric Kane. When it comes to entertaining performances, Eric is the best hypnotist on YouTube. If you have an interest in stage hypnosis or hypnotherapy, then you need to subscribe to his channel. More videos to come.
See, okay, are we
There you
looking
go.
at it wrong? Because obviously we wouldn't watch an illusionist or a magician and then just scream it's fake. We all know it's not real. The magic isn't
Right.
real, all
Well,
right?
now they're driving a bus.
So are we just watching someone with the ability to manipulate people?
Wait,
to
what are they doing?
Oh, they did the naked one. They do the naked one, dude.
Okay.
Damn it.
They do the naked one here. Hypnosis is naked.
Lexi number 2 and 3. Eyes open, everybody. All right. Welcome to Lamb University.
Are they?
I don't.
See,
So he's
okay.
It makes me
pretending-
mad.
He's pretending to be naked in front of all these kids, which I still think
That's
we've-
problematic as
It is
hell.
problematic. I mean,
They're older teens. So it's just-
Oh, here we go.
But
Hashtag old teens.
is he? Okay, wait. You can't even.
Okay, the guy.
If you expose yourself to young people, but only in their minds, you're still bad, right?
I say yes.
the person that's overacting, like, oh my God, I'm hiding his face. Does he know he's just acting and playing into it? That's all. That's my one question. Because if you tell me that, then I figured it out and I could move on with my life.
So this guy right here.
Yeah, that guy or the other guy
There's a
covering
little
his
bit
face.
more. Hold
He's
on.
just acting. He doesn't really believe or think this guy's naked, right? That's all I need to know.
There's a lot of touching in this video.
This guy is just. He can
This guy's
manipulate.
into some weird stuff.
He can manipulate people to do what he wants on stage, but they don't really think like the audience thinks that they
Like
think
when they
he's
go
naked,
back
right?
in their seat, do they laugh with
No.
their friends like
Yes.
they faked it?
Well, but he probably okay.
How
like,
can
is
that
the-
many people?
is the power of wanting to belong and be in on it so utterly
Like peer
powerful,
pressure?
and being famous? Is it so powerful that he could get up on stage? Now follow me. You and I are these type of people. We're good talkers. Could we get up on stage just like this guy with zero training and with just our people reading skills and pick and choose certain people that we think would want to go along with us and just use our power of influence?
Like the pick me type people?
And
Yeah.
they're wanting to be a part of our cool club.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the trick?
Like Cadillac Pat would definitely play
I
into
think he would,
whatever
yeah.
we tell him to, right? Not that he's, but just because he wants to entertain.
Tuttle,
he
I
wants,
could do anything with Tuttle, and he would know where to go without even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that guy is ride or die.
But that's not-
he's yes and crazy.
But that answers my question if that's the case, and it's you're picking people that want to perform, and then I'll understand, and then I'll be like, okay, you have the ability to pick someone that you can tell that wants to play along, and you pick them to play along, and you do all this stuff, and they play along. And if that's the case, then I totally understand, and I'm like, great. Case solved. I'm moving on.
because it's
but
as
there's an
easy-
element of people that believe this is
It's
more
real, yeah.
real than that than I'm
Yeah,
describing.
but it's
it.
as easy as it's as easy as telling the people something is BS as, hey, those of you, some of you, this is going to hit you hard. Some of you, I'm going to be able to get right in there and I'll be able to control these. Some of you, it might take a little bit. If you're not necessarily feeling it in the beginning, just kind of go with it. Just go with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then you're minimizing the amount of outward damage you're going to have on the stage. And you're just using your power of influence and they're wanting to
and
be
then
with you.
And then if everyone else is doing it and you're on stage and you're the only
Yeah.
one that's
You don't
not,
wanna
then
be
you don't
left
want to
out.
be that guy that's
Yes.
like, let me pretend like he's naked because
So-
everyone else is.
Yeah, so
Is
if,
it-
and if
is that
once
as
you
simple as
get,
that?
I think
and
it might
once you
be.
get it rolling,
Unless it's just one person on stage, then I don't know.
and then in the beginning, you do need to judge which people you need to get out the douchebags that are going to yell, like F her in the P or like because you're going to get those guys.
Yeah.
As long as you can eliminate those guys, everything else I think is relatively controllable.
that all makes sense, and I'm in complete agreement with you guys that seems like a logical explanation to this. But the problem that I've always had with it is that there's a contingent, and I'm not like talking about the people that believe in it. Like, there's a contingent of people that believe in everything, but there's this, like, all right, there is something more real than that. Like, you can actually convince someone and hypnotize someone, and people believe that and are dead set. And hypnotists
that
are
would
like,
be dangerous, right?
Right.
Because then people are believing in something that we all know is not true and requires your amount of like opting in.
We need to talk about this. Big Tim knows about all the conspiracies, but there was like some CIA thing.
Yes.
Remember where they
MK Ultra?
There was some sort of, I don't know if this was a myth or true.
Been tons of
but like
secret experiments that they've done and hidden from us. Well, get in line.
Wasn't there
that's out in the
someone
open. We know about
that
that.
assassinated someone and then claims they were hypnotized?
Yes.
And then the conspiracy theory is that some people believe that he actually was hypnotized. I think did he die in jail or is still in jail or something? But he claims that someone hypnotized and then gave him a trigger word.
Oh, the assassination of Bobby Kennedy.
Yes.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
exactly it.
And
somebody just did something on this.
And there are people that still believe that his story may be true. And
it was Sirhan who said he was hypnotized.
And then there's studies or some sort of like declassified stuff and it's in the documents that they actually like looked into if this was possible to hypnotize some assassin or something. Like our CIA did studies. Well, of course they probably did. They gave people LSD.
Yeah, they put people on drugs too.
They did a lot of studies.
They did a lot of terrible studies.
I wonder what was the original, because that's become a cliche in cartoons. The old hypnosis catchphrase that sends off the murderous rage within the cartoon dog, cat, giant. What you know what I mean? Like where as soon as he hears the word jelly beans, then he goes into terror mode.
Dude, Office Space. The hypnotist hypnotized the guy to not care anymore, and then he lived a different life after. It's like this has been in a lot of movies and stuff, and they like. God, we have to talk to someone like a professional hypnotist that knows about the industry and it's probably.
Are you getting sad, bud?
No, I'm thinking about it.
You got sad for a second.
But it's probably going to be like everything, where there's going to be people in the industry that say, "Yes, I do this and I manipulate people."
No, we need the non-BS Penn and Teller style. What's the real? There is a real, dude. It doesn't. I
didn't know about this. The Bobby Kennedy thing that he claimed it was hypnosis, and his lawyers. I mean, they've done a pretty good job of like trying to make it seem like it is something that could have happened.
I think on the surface, most people just think he seems like a crazy person just trying to get out of a murder.
I have to look into this one.
I think that someone in the Kennedy family like actually believes it, and then like doesn't blame the guy. Like some weird. It's weirder. There's something like that. I heard on some podcast.
Let's do one more to close out the segment. Let's try this one. Justine again.
Hey, Tom and Dan, I just want to say I am sorry for pretty much every voicemail that I send you guys. It sounds so stupid. I sound like an idiot. I don't know how to talk on these things. I barely know how to talk to other people. And I'm trying to send you guys a funny quip that's not funny at all. Not at all. And here I am sending you another one. Thank you for playing any of them because it's surprising. Like the last one you played, I literally surprised myself. I was like, that sounds like me. Oh my God, it is me. Why are they playing this stupid video? I mean, this voicemail. See? Did it again.
She's been she is, in fact, one of our, I think, our original 3 listeners. Seriously.
I like
she's been with us for 11, almost 12 years.
We broke you down, and now you're leaving voicemails about how bad you are. That's what we want.
Yes, we have
That's what every co-leader
end. Yeah.
You got to break your followers down and rebuild them.
That means in another 11 years, we'll control all of them.
Yeah.
If Justine, arguably 1, 2, or 3, she's in the top 5 guaranteed.
Yeah.
I know it. I just say, we just got to do this for a little bit longer, then we'll have like a serious army. Resurrection eggs. We get a lot of these, Tom.
Hi, Tom, Dan, Sam, Butler. This is Kyle from St. Augustine. Anyways, I wanted to call in. I was listening to a show recently when Tom was talking about the resurrection eggs. I thought that was pretty bizarre, and what kind of people would give resurrection eggs for Easter, but I guess to each their own. Anyways, over Easter, I dropped off my daughter with our in-laws. My wife and I had to work. Picked her back up on Sunday, and she had a good time. I was at the house today cleaning up a bunch of stuff around the house, and I saw her Easter basket, the candy from the in-laws' house, and also the past Saturday they went to their church. They had a big event at the church, and there was a plastic bag here, and as I'm cleaning it, I looked and I realized I am the new owner of a beautiful set of resurrection eggs myself.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Complete with a full manual 1 through 12 of what each egg is. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty serious. It is no joke.
It is.
I'm pretty excited about it. It seems pretty interesting. I don't know. But anyways, Tom, I'd love to get up with you. Maybe we can trade.
So he wants to meet just
Oh,
like Pokemon.
like Pokemon, yeah.
And he wants to complete his set of resurrection. I can't say resurrection.
Did you get a tiny plastic toy whip that they
Cat o' nine
use?
tails.
Yeah. Or a crown of thorns? Again, my whole point: why put the torture weapons in the eggs? Seems like a downer to the kids.
Yeah,
Like, the
it
whole
is a
point.
downer.
Yeah.
I mean,
adults maybe should know.
the whole thing's kind of a downer.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, why even involve it though? Like, or like pick something else that's happier. Like, I'm sure didn't Jesus the wine,
water into wine, party.
Celebrate on the good times.
Yeah.
What else besides
Not the
We
bad
celebrate
times.
Good Friday.
What are the good things? Jesus, he rode on a donkey during Palm Sunday, and they put down a line of palms. He
Yeah.
put some palms in
Walked
there.
on water.
Yeah, he
Water.
He performed a lot of miracles in curing the lame. So you
Yeah.
could put a smiley face in there from one of the lepers that was healed. You'll put that in there.
It's an odd. The whole thing is
A
odd.
chalice with some wine in it. A
Yeah.
loaf of bread. Fishes and loaves. Put a fish in there. A lamb, maybe.
And then the blank one, the
That's
Holy
supposed
Ghost.
to be Holy Spirit. And everybody, I mean, you know what? I got a lot of hate mail from people that are like, you should have known that. You should have known that. What were you saying? That one had nothing. It was the Holy Spirit, Dan. Your mother was a Christian. You should have known that.
I feel like a tiny ghost or something. Like,
Yeah.
just to have
There you go.
nothing. It's lazy.
At least put a squishy
It's
in
lazy.
there. Those
Yeah.
little, you know what I'm talking about, the squishies.
Or just like a piece of paper the size of what's in a fortune cookie and just write Holy
Like, how
Spirit.
about a little LOL doll?
of a
Ghost.
spirit.
Yeah, with
there
like
you
a
go.
little flat brim hat, maybe a necklace, maybe some novelty hip hop
Or like have
Yeezys, a little pair of Yeezys.
a plastic ghost with holes in it. So you're like, Holy
Holy
Spirit.
Ghost.
Holy Ghost. Yeah. Because then it's
A ghost
more
with
literal.
holes in it, and you called it Holy Spirit. All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, Samantha Butler here, Fish here, and we have a very special guest on the line. Now, I didn't want to bring this up, but the last time we had this gentleman on, I feel like we did a lot of damage and hurt his feelings.
Yeah. I thought he would never be back.
I thought he wouldn't either. In fact, when I saw his name on the schedule, I was pleasantly surprised and happy that we had not done any irreputable damage to this gentleman and his, opinion of us and wanting to, be on the show and have his bit. Now, a few of your other bits have fallen to the wayside, especially as of 2021.
Yeah.
No more business, baby. No more business, bro. Where are we at with Tell Me Why? That bit? Did you get rid of that bit? Tell Me Why?
Well, that
Still
wasn't
kind of in there.
Still kinda in
once
there?
a while.
I'm sure, who else stopped?
Remy, we
doing,
haven't talked to him in a long
No,
time, and he's
haven't
very
talked to
upset.
him.
He sends me a new update every single day.
Well, I want to talk to Remy.
Okay. Well, then we'll get him on.
Get him on the show.
Then I'll have Sam
We'll
book
talk
him.
to him every day.
Oh, God.
But
Remy,
joining,
every day call in.
but joining us,
Email Sam.
He doesn't actually listen to the show, so he'll
No,
never
he
hear it.
doesn't. He's too busy doing his show.
Right.
This is no, he listens on the radio though.
Not to
Yeah.
our show. He listens to all the other shows on the
yeah,
station.
The big monsters.
He tunes out by
He's
7
a
p.m.
Big Monsters and Jim Colbert guy. He really is.
I know.
He goes to their events.
Yeah.
He's never been to one of our events. Joining us is a gentleman that and he'll be honest of whether or not we hurt his feelings last time.
I don't think so,
it is-
looking at what I'm looking at
Excuse
here.
Yeah.
me. For
It's playing into the bit.
ACT Trivia, it is our good friend Drew. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Now, Drew, I see that you got a wig on, and
That may not be a wig.
Maybe
You
he
don't
grew his
say
hair
that.
out.
You don't say that now.
and you got some sort of costume on, which is very irritating.
Tom
to me.
loves costumes.
Oh.
Hold
I-
on, should I go put a costume on?
I thought you were
Do
gonna. I thought you were gonna be more disheartened and
Yeah.
more like down on yourself about, last time in your performance?
Well, if you'll remember, last time he did a bit of a corporate time with Tom and Dan trivia, and he had the suit on.
Mm-hmm.
He had
took it very serious.
Game show backdrop, the whole thing. And then
he had way more questions than we ever got through. It was hours of more work.
It was just like he had put this whole thing together. So we started doing a little bit of it, and then it just kind of it didn't catch. We couldn't get any traction with it, and it kind of fell apart. And we could tell by like looking into your eyes that there was
it didn't go as you had planned.
It didn't go as you had planned. And now I see that you're trying to. Now maybe I'm just reading this wrong, but it seems as if you're
trying harder now.
Is he? Because I think he's doing what we do, which
is
is
to
to not try at all.
Yeah, but he put on a wig,
Right.
so that tells me you're like you ever seen me
And
put
he
on a
sent
wig?
in an intro song.
But
so.
maybe
I got real mad that I took my boxers out of my leg holes yesterday. I'm not joking. I thought about it in the shower. I was like, "You idiot!
In the shower.
Why'd you do that?"
If you haven't been to our TikTok yet, go find Tom is convinced that there's this take your panties off under your shorts teen challenge that's sweeping the nation. By the way, it's not a thing. You're the only person on TikTok doing it.
And then I was like, what if Brian Zymel sees this? I'm like,
I sent it to him. He's like, it's really cool, bro.
But I'm like, he's not on the TikTok,
Oh,
so he'll
he's
never
been
see
on
it.
there. He's
Like,
been on
just, but then I was like, the other people, they're gonna see that. They'll be like, I'm not. This guy's an
I can't
idiot.
support this guy.
Yeah, like, what is he doing?
Steve from
Stupid.
Porky's is shaking his head out by the smoker. And
Then I was like, no other grown men that I know of that take their boxers out of the leg, like from the leg holes. Like, that's stupid.
I'm the only grown man and here's a fun fact. I'm Tom Van. I'm the only grown man that'll take his boxers out of his leg hole.
But then I thought, you're overthinking, and who cares? Nobody cares. Like,
They do care. I care.
And
I care. I wish you hadn't done it. You know the thing that I
the
didn't
public
like?
perception is that you're a clown idiot anyway, so it fits the mold.
You know what really hurt me? And people commented on this on our TikTok. What I didn't like was
You could look at comments on there?
Yeah. You're so,
I did not know that.
Here's the thing that's bad. You're so stiff that you fall down, and
that's the
part.
slow fall
That's
down.
the part, the slow
He goes
fall
to
down.
touch or to hold onto the table, but the table's super low, and then he does a slow
You're like two
on the
old
knee.
men getting into a pushing fight at a voting
Yeah.
precinct. It's like
That's bad.
fall down, bad.
Yeah.
But Drew, there's only two things I know, and the two things I do know are the things that you love, and one of them is wigs, and the other is theme songs. And Drew brought along a theme song as well.
God, he made his own
to make the wig better. He brought a theme song for you, Tom. Here it is. Here's his Drew's ACT theme song.
Little game show, little question asking. If you know the answer, then you gotta buzz in. Yeah, you talked about it last week and you can't remember it. Now that's weak. Mediums love me, some of them hate me. And Tom and Dan wanna break me. I'm going all out. Hear what I'm saying? I try too hard, that's why I'm failing. Look at me now, yep. I'm asking questions, look at me now, oh, look at me now. Can you get it right on A-C-T-T Trivia? We going all out.
How long does this go, Drew?
That's it.
Okay, that's it? Okay.
That's it.
I'm asking questions.
Yeah,
That's my favorite part.
I'm asking questions.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. We'll never play that again. That you're gonna have to do that because
You're gonna have to do what?
I'm gonna do something's
You're
gonna have to
freaking
happen.
out,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You're freaking out.
I'll explain why it's the worst. First, the whole time
Drew, it's
I
not good.
felt how hard you tried, which is again what we don't like. And I was also simultaneously mad about how bad the audio was.
Yeah,
So I was mad that you tried too hard and it was bad.
What'd you record that on?
Just my iPhone.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there's the water again. This guy can't keep the water in his mouth.
But the ice keeps the water from splashing,
no, it
but then you
doesn't.
hear it.
No, it only does that in urinals. In fancy urinals, they put the ice in there to keep your pee-pee from splashing.
So, Drew, explain to me why you're wearing the wig and then you got an acoustic guitar on the side. Is there your trivia theme today?
I hope he sings all the
I was trying to
questions.
take direction from you guys. You said I cared too much and I was trying too hard. So
You
I'm
look
trying
like
to
that
try a
guy that
little
got in
less.
trouble for saying the N-word, the country singer.
Oh, yeah, Morgan
just
Wallen.
like, who is that guy?
Morgan Wallen,
Morgan
right?
Wallen. You
Something
look
like that?
just like Morgan Wallen. I mean, like, look up Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
They
Hold on.
look identical.
You did this because we got upset. You tried too hard, so you're trying harder.
Trying less, he said.
Well, the less wouldn't be putting. Less would be.
I agree.
Would be just wearing a T-shirt and going back to Drew on the weekends, which I imagine is just a regular.
Look at that. Look at Morgan Wallen. Right?
It's a pasty.
Looks just like him.
Yeah. Why?
Drew's a little more tan.
Yeah. He's that's Morgan Wallen's brother from Florida, Drew.
Drew
Darker
Wallen.
skin.
Well, we better get into this. Or
Okay,
we're never
sorry.
going to get into it. Drew, you're going to have to enjoy your last 15 minutes of being on our show ever. All right.
Hey, hey, so I didn't tell you, but there actually will be a prize given to the winner of this trivia challenge. And it goes on as long as you'll have me. So if this is the last one, we could have the winner after today.
Oh, my God.
So right now, the leaderboard, we have 2 people tied for second place. That's Dan with 1 and Tom with 1. And then in first place, we have Sam with 2 points. Yeah. And she's tied with the BDMs, who have 2 points too. Now, do we want to add a BDM caller in for the trivia?
No.
We could add Travis just to see how
want him to
little
come
he
in?
knows about the show.
Okay.
That's always good. Yeah.
Butler, get in here. Butler, get in here. I don't know if he can. He might be in the bathroom
also-
putting deodorant under his boobs.
I didn't know that there was.
I'm going to keep saying this just to see if he picks up on it.
Drew, have you seen the picture of Travis?
Have you seen the picture of Travis is so relaxed his boobs grew?
There's also they zoomed in your face and it's it was a little puffy. I don't know.
I didn't say that.
Something-
I'm sticking boobs only. I did not go puff.
I think at the Sandals Resort, there's a lot of sodium they put in the resort food. Something, right?
They pump you full of sodium.
Yeah,
they want you at the bar.
Yeah. It's just
They want you at the bar.
Puffy.
Keep eating those nuts.
So, all right, Drew, what's the prize?
I'm actually making a custom-made trophy for the winner. It's a BDM trophy, but the M is going to stand for memory. But it's a surprise of what it looks like. But let's just say it's going to look really nice next to pig teeth.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Neither does Daniel. And for sure, if he wanted, he punted in the trash before you could even leave the studio.
I'm trying to bail out of this bit. I'm trying to get out of this.
I've seen Daniel punt things in the trash that are actually valuable.
I punt things in the trash that I like. My daughter will hand me like a drawing and be like, "It's my best work." I'm like, right in the trash.
And he loves it. He gets great enjoyment.
I'm getting rid of this because neither one of us want it.
I've seen him punt something in the trash that a listener made, and then it took a long time. And I even felt bad.
Paintings, wood burnings, carvings, handmade candles, any type of baked goods you send me, mimas, homemade mango salsa, all of it, garbage.
He will feel no remorse.
No.
He'll get pleasure out of it.
Yeah. Any of the dolls that Tracy's mom made me, all of that stuff. I light it on fire before I throw it in the trash, too. Because I don't want other people using it. That's a rule I have.
Even if he knows other BDMs might get some sort of enjoyment of punting.
All ashes.
All right. So you're going to have to work on that prize, Drew, because it needs to be something. What about that acoustic guitar?
Tracy thinks I'm serious.
Give me your guitar.
Tracy thinks I'm serious. The more embarrassing fact is I still sleep with the stuffed pig your mom made me.
That's a lie. He punted in the trash. Right in the trash.
It's not.
Because my mother-in-law.
She got there before I did. She says you still sleep with those dolls. You must talk to my wife.
My mother-in-law gave us an acoustic guitar that she has held on to since from the 70s, and it's
oh my god,
it's apparently
there's a lot of hippie jackal. Just saying.
And then Tommy, he's been playing it every day, but he can't. And I got a tuner app on my phone, and I just tuned it up for him.
That works.
He strums it, but for whatever reason, he wants to sit there and play the acoustic guitar. And me and Max were outside playing baseball. There was a couple of strumming, and then
he'll be putting those. He'll be putting up Sepultura posters and stuff. He'll be in there hammering on his craft every day. You guys, come out in the sunshine. Nah, dude. DSI just put out a new album. I'm really into it. Heavy as hell.
Hide my guns.
Drew, we're doing the show to avoid you.
Making horrible jokes. Anyway, all right, Drew, what do we start with?
All right. Our first category is Please Pull Around. On Thursday's episode titled Take My Trash, Dan shared that he had a dilemma in finding a place to throw away his old Vespa batteries. Where did Tom suggest he should take them?
Anybody?
When we don't remember the
I do remember.
I remember the conversation.
I just yell out Dugan.
There's a hint in the category name. It's please pull around.
Batteries Plus.
Tom. Oh, what are you singing?
McDonald's.
McDonald's is correct!
Oh, God.
Got a point.
Got a lead on you, y'all.
Is this?
Oh, no, I said McDonald's trash can out front.
Oh, you did,
yeah, with the-
We're all the
That is
slobs.
true.
That's right.
Yeah. Now I remember. That's a good joke.
You know what? You got,
That's a quality
you
joke.
got me back in, Drew. These trivia shows on radio are still my favorite thing. They're still my favorite. Never gets old.
Yeah. Where all the the listeners who
When
don't
I get in my car and I have somewhere to be, I'm like, I know what'll kill the time.
Yeah.
Trivia show.
especially when it's super hard for us and easy for the listeners. They all laughed because they all remember what we talked about. It was
We
only
don't.
last week.
Yeah.
But we because
Record so much.
Yeah. And we forget. So everybody knows it and is screaming at us like this is easy. Anyway, next
Or you
question.
can be just like what I do when I'm listening to these, and I just drive in silence. I don't do anything. And I'm like, as soon as they're done with this, maybe they'll talk about something. That's what I do. Sorry.
All right, next question. The category is Smell You Later. On Friday's episode titled Hot Mic, you interviewed Canadian Josh. During your chat with about Bubba the Love Sponge, Sam recalled a past memory about another studio. How did Sam describe her visit to Real Radio?
It smelled like pee-pee.
Boom!
No, hold on.
Anybody can get that one.
Yeah. And hold on. Sam has the advantage.
You're
because
tailoring these questions to somebody who actually listens to the show.
Well, I have
That's
to
her
take
job.
notes.
Yeah, but she
gets paid to do
she's
that.
taking notes.
Yeah.
Ask
I'm
me
not
about,
looking at the notes.
Yeah. Tell me about making fun of Butler. I remember all
Yeah.
those.
Ask me how big Butler's boobs are. I can nail that.
Yeah. 2 regular-sized peas. Mike peas.
Did you hear that? Mike Bees. I have to pull that later. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. Mark the time down, Sam. 14 minutes.
Okay. Next one, Drew.
Drew, if you will eat your wig right now, I'll give you a prize.
All right, ready for the next question. This one, Tom, this one's about you, so we can't be making excuses. Category, don't forget to call. On Wednesday's episode titled Videoman, everyone ganged up on Tom about his cell phone usage due to his high volume of emails, failure to respond to texts, and just overall poor memory. Sam looked up the best cell phone for seniors and suggested Tom should buy it. What was that cell phone?
I know it wasn't the jitterbug, but it was something else. Can't remember the name of it. Old pop-pop phone.
This had nothing to do with Travis's bees. It was just all I care about now.
I know all of it.
Because there's no way for
Here's a hint. It's not a BlackBerry.
he can't get rid of his
Brownberry.
It's close.
I got nothing. God, I remember us talking about it, but it's all these details. It's too hard to remember.
Okay, Drew, what was it?
It was the Raz memory phone.
Raspberry.
phone.
Why didn't they just call it a raspberry
Yeah.
instead of the raspberry? All right, give us another one. I'm warming up now.
All right, here we go. The category is That's a Good Chat. On Monday's episode titled Pepe Le Pubes, you were talking with lads from Scotland.
Hold on.
Pepe Le Pubes.
That's what Casey named it.
Casey named the show Pepe Le Pubes. Casey, pizza party for Casey.
I didn't even know. I don't even see the names of these shows. So this is the first time I'm hearing them.
I don't even know who Casey is. And I'm
Did
talking
you pay him last week?
and I'm talking to him. No, I didn't. Can you pay Casey?
Oh
we
my
have a
God.
show called Pepe Le Pubes. That's good.
And our boss's name is Casey.
Oh.
So you were talking with the lads from Scotch for Dummies about using Discord. How did Tom describe the Tom and Dan Discord?
No, it's unfortunate.
Dry red D's.
Scaly.
Red swollen.
Yeah. There's a red irritated D's.
Red and irritated is
I said irritated.
No, I said irritated
I
first.
said irritated first. Roll the tape back, and I'm the only one that knows that.
red, Dan, and he said red and irritated. You said it's all red.
Okay, fine, whatever.
I said red.
You know what? It's path of least resistance at this point. It's just hands up.
Yeah.
My eye hurts really bad.
All right, give us another one, Drew.
All right. The next one's category is Here's Your Sign. On last week's Friday Free Show titled TD Friday, Seth revealed that his grandpa that he grew up with was actually not his blood relative. He went on to say that his true grandpa's last name was Di Regario. Shortly after, BDM Brock typed in the chat room that Di Regario was an Italian phrase meaning what?
The tumor. The
tumor is correct.
Yeah, I got one.
Well, that's a little unfair because Daniel looks at the chat room, but I refuse to look at those people. So
thought it was the
Is Seth gonna be all right? I worry about him.
No, of course not.
I am worried.
He's been punched in the head 10,000 times, and he's obviously got a serious
Wait a second
mental
here.
illness,
Are your
huh?
sunglasses a vape pen?
What?
Are your sunglasses a vape pen?
These?
Is that what I just saw? Okay. Fair enough.
Hold on.
I think this whole thing. Okay, I figured out what this is now. This is not a bit.
Okay.
This is a troll.
Yeah.
And and he just comes in on the show and wastes our time to see how he wants to see how long we're gonna do it, and based on that, you're gonna have to do this forever.
We're gonna
never stop it now. I figured you out.
Every day, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
We need 25 questions a day.
Yeah, Drew, you better get on it.
Yeah, and then we'll just start. Yeah,
because you notice he's more concerned about the vape pen being taped to his sunglasses than he is about the questions. You see, I am figuring
wanted
you
to show
out.
how big it could plume.
I'm figuring you out.
Is that taped to your sunglasses?
Yes, it is.
No. I wanted to buy the vapor shades, but they're too expensive, so I bought the off-brand one. These are called Smokeleys.
See,
he's doing it. He's
right
doing
there.
it.
And he uses
Hold on,
this
is
as his
Vapor Shades actually have a vape pen?
No, Tom, he's doing a whole stand-up
It's a
routine.
bit.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, God.
Pop, got it.
And he's not believing me. He's like, well, why are you being mean to Drew? Leave Drew alone.
He tricked me. I'm an old man. He's
I'm going to give me some of those Viper shades.
He tricked me into giving my account information.
No,
He just ordered a pair of Smokeleys.
I actually, for 1 second, thought that Vapor Shades had a vape pen attached to them. Because I never looked at it. But I was like, what is a total sponsor? I was like, well, maybe.
Right. That's something,
It wasn't like Jim Phillips' old sponsor. You know what I'm saying? I was putting
If
two and
Dog
two.
the Bounty Hunter can have the earbuds on his, then the future is the vape pen on the end. We had bottle opener sunglasses.
Yeah, there's bottle opener sandals.
All right, Drew, you got any other hidden gems in there? A little more vape pens hidden on your body, or a little?
No, that was my last
prop.
But I have one last question, and this question is actually going to be offered up to both Tom and Dan because they're in last place, so they both have 2 points. So you can go for it's a truth or dare question. So you can go for the truth question and get 1 point, or you can go for the dare and get 2.
All right.
I'll go dare.
Yeah, me too, dare.
Ooh, double dares.
All right. So the dare is you have to do a rap freestyle about your true opinions when it comes to my show. And since you both said dare, I think you guys can do it together.
Oh, we're just going to trade bars?
Yeah. Drew is racist. Racist as hell.
Go to his Facebook and find where he works. Cancel Drew.
Yeah.
Call his boss and tell him what he do. During our show with his racist rhetoric. He sent me an email. I'll send it back to you. It's got 1,000 reasons why you should believe Q.
I'll go on his Facebook and tell his dad he's gay.
That's not really a freestyle. Drew should be at work today. I'll go to his Facebook and tell his dad is gay.
2 points.
Give me my points.
2 points.
All right.
All right, Drew. You got anything to plug? Why are you doing this? Why?
I don't know. I really don't know.
He's bored.
Yeah. How bored? Like, do you have a job, Drew?
Yeah, I have a job.
What is it?
He wouldn't tell us last time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can't.
Yeah.
He works for a certain company that would.
Are you a radio intern? This,
Yeah.
The only person, there are people I know who try this hard are radio interns, right? Because they want to be famous.
I don't know. I do get the vibe of a radio intern with Drew. Like Drew.
True story. I did do a radio internship in college because I went to school for radio and television. So I worked for MS Radio in St. Louis. But that was just an internship. That's all I ever did.
Yeah, but I
it's still
can
in your blood.
smell a
Still
radio
got it,
intern.
yeah.
Like, if you've been a radio
Good
intern,
call,
I know
Tom.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
He knows. He's a good read of people, what makes him so naturally good, I believe, at business is that Tom, if I'm being serious, like you can look at Drew and tell that he's just itching to smoke a joint filled with his own pubes.
because he'll do anything. He's down for anything, and he wants it. He's starving for it.
Yeah.
But he just.
I mean, look at this guy's willing to take a chance of getting fired and wear a wig at home. he's taping vape pens to his sunglasses. He's willing to do anything.
Yeah. This will leak out to somewhere.
Yeah.
And someone at IKEA or wherever you work is gonna be like, I saw you on that thing.
We're going to need to talk to you a little bit. Ingvard's very unhappy with your job performance.
All right, Drew. You got nothing to plug? Any sort of social media? Throw out your Facebook. So, what could happen.
No, I just want to say thanks for having me on again. Sam, you're awesome for responding on my emails to get me back on. I hope I get to come back on again.
Oh, you'll be back
I'm
on.
going to drink a little champagne for my second successful show.
No.
I had to. I'm sorry. It was
Wow, you cut him right off.
It was just a reaction. First of all,
I also love that he's calling it his show.
yeah, but White Monster Energy.
Yeah, and he had a rock star.
That's why. That's why I hung up on him. He besmirched the name of White Monster, which is Titusville Champagne.
Yeah.
And he held up a rock star energy.
He should know that. He does the trivia.
Yeah. He failed.
messed up.
And
He
that's
messed
why
up.
I hung up on him. I felt like that's just a blatant insult.
Yeah, that was
to the
disrespectful.
show.
Yeah. And I feel like he's putting on the fact that he's not nervous at all and he's super confident, but inside,
He's nervous
dying.
as hell.
Like right now, I feel like he's holding his wig, he's puking in it. Oh, I hope that went well. Did that go well? Do they like me? Do you think they like? And I hope his girlfriend's like, "Are you done? Can I come out of the bathroom? Are you done?
Are you done with your thing?
I was in here. I was trying to keep my Candy Crush down.
Are you done with your vlog?
Are you done with your hashtagging? What are you doing?
Are you TikToking again?
Oh my God. You have your Morgan Wallen wig on? Oh my God, you puked in it. Gross. It's disgusting. My God. I want to get a Blaze pizza.
So, they'll be back. I think, right?
I mean, he has to be back, right?
He definitely wants to be back.
I don't want him back, though, unless we can get him back.
It's horrible.
Well, you guys make the call.
I'm going to say on this one, the only way we can get him back is if he, he's got to come here in person and stand outside the door and do my original bit where he does his show or his segment from outside of our door. I'll run the microphone and put a chair out there for him, and he has to sit outside the studio and do it.
We're getting real close to 90s radio. Yeah, that's what I want.
I know that's what you want. I'll start.
Yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry.
That'll come back, right? Because
It's already back.
Is it back?
Logan Paul. This is your theory from yesterday. Unless
you're right. Yeah, it is.
You forgot your own theory.
It is. It's all the same. And man, we can make some money.
Yeah, have you seen
we know 90s radio.
Here's the reason that I fell face first into your theory yesterday when I went and I was looking at Jake Paul and I saw. Have you seen the fake belt he has?
Oh yeah, okay, he's doing
and I'm like, oh my God, it's happening! Like he's got the fake belt because in what echoed
he's
in
calling
my mind
out
is
everybody.
You said it's wrestling, and I'm like, yes, it is, but it's just a little more.
Trashy, like 90s radio.
They're like wrestling. Those guys are getting hurt, but they know what they're doing.
Yes,
and so do these guys.
Yeah, but it's a less organized.
Correct.
As far as like the professional wrestling, there's more professionality to it, and there's like they know where they're going. I feel like this is 90s radio. They know where they're gonna end, but all the middle is just improv, and they're really taking punches to the face and all.
I think you're right.
Although there's people that's still holding on that, like, I getting emails saying like, oh well, I read an interview with Ben Askren or whatever that he wanted to keep fighting and the ref called it and it wasn't. But I was like,
could still be possibly true, but that guy wasn't going in there
taking
anything seriously.
Yeah. That's what, he just walked in there and just got punched as hard as he could in the face, and then where it looked like yes, that punch could hurt someone.
I believe that too.
And then he was like, and apparently that guy's into wrestling. Too. Like, he has an amateur wrestling business.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. It stinks.
There you go. Yeah.
90s, crazy. Anyway, bye-bye. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Travis and Samantha are here as well. The tank cleared up so fast. Top Shelf came and cleaned that thing, and man, I tell you, about an hour later, that thing is crystal clear.
Yeah. It's, I wonder what they do.
It looks way too complicated for us. Like, way too complicated.
Yeah.
Like Sean, he's a maestro. He gets in there and he's doing all the thing, and he's teaching that other guy who's super nice. And then they got done, and then they leave, and the whole thing was cloudy. An hour later, it's like, zing, tropical paradise. And then we have that new fish in there that eats rocks and poops them out of his side buds. He has 2 little gill like pouches, and he just kind of cleans the rocks off, and you can see the whole process. He's completely translucent. It's insane.
And then Sean told Butler not to drink the fish tank water.
Yeah, don't drink the tank.
But that's what I would say to us if I was Butler too. Like, I didn't hear him say that.
The guy from the company,
yeah,
right?
I never heard him say
Yeah, it's fine.
It's totally fine.
It was outside talk. It was good.
What do we got here?
Our emails and voicemails. Yeah. We have a little bit of time left, so let's not neglect the email.
This is bringing up the knife truck that we were talking about.
Oh man, tons of people on the knife truck.
I lived in a couple different cities in Mexico for almost 9 years, and knife trucks are very common there. I think it would cost us between 50 and 75 cents per knife for sharpening. I like
Pause. Tom and Dan's Mexican knife truck.
Okay. Listen, it's a good idea. I just don't think Whitey. I think Whitey's us, Butler, Sam, everybody in this room is Whitey. Yeah. They are too scared of the knife truck. It hasn't been ingrained into our culture. So if the knife truck comes, they don't know what it is and they're scared of it. That's why culturally you have to be exposed to the knife truck from day one to understand the power of the knife truck. Okay,
what about if it was bike powered? Because that's a new thing. Mm-hmm. And white people are not afraid of bikes. They love them.
Yeah, we got a FedEx bike rider now.
I love her. We have a FedEx bike
I feel so bad for her, man.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, I've seen her.
She goes.
Yeah, she does.
I could do a knife bike, though.
Knife bike would be,
This sounds dangerous.
You pedal the knife bike.
I'll pedal the knife bike. I got this.
I'm mad
No,
at the
after
knife
that
bike.
Surrey bike, I'm not letting him drive any more bikes.
It's just me and knives.
That's terrible. That's a terrible combination.
He's just holding them.
Yeah, holding them. Yeah,
the FedEx night or a FedEx delivery bike, I don't like because
I don't either.
I'm like, you know what's better than that? A giant truck.
Car that drives
Well,
fast.
I think for these little areas, it's perfect for her.
Yeah, it's probably hard to navigate with a big truck.
I think she has both. I think she parks the big truck, and then she gets the stuff and puts them in the bike, and then she hits all these alleyways and can just like...
Yeah, that makes sense for this neighborhood.
So she takes it out of the truck and then... Okay.
Yeah, it's not like she starts with the trucks and it's like, all right, boy, you guys lucked out with the trucks. I'm the bike lady.
Right.
I hope not. I may be wrong, but I'm
ask her.
virtually certain she has like either a box or an area where they come and they bring a lot of stuff for the neighborhood, and then she just bikes it all out.
Gotcha.
It looks fun because you're outside.
Right. It says, I like how Tom's scenario puts a lot of urgency for the customers, like they are running out of their houses with knives to catch this guy. But in reality, the truck is going like 5 miles an hour as he drives through a neighborhood with a song so you can hear him from miles away. And they had certain days they would drive through so you could plan.
On. Tom's right. You're still having to run outside with your knives. I mean, hold on. He's saying that you're not going to do that. But if you miss the guy...
Well, yeah. If it's like the ice cream truck where my sons hear the
you run.
The tune,
I have never...
They run outside.
I have never had ample time for the ice cream one.
And we're looking for dollars because no one has cash anymore. And even though they all take credit card now,
I do think Knifeman would be easier on that because you're probably going to have to pay on a credit card.
Yeah. And it's all right.
We also had service trucks for propane and natural gas, small biz trucks rolling through selling cleaning supplies, trucks for fresh baked breads and tortillas, and many other domestic services.
Tortilla truck would get killed at my house.
Each with their own song or tune that is especially for their service. In Mexico, these trucks cruise through pretty often because in a lot of neighborhoods, people had no car and had to load up onto a bus for something simple. Instead, you just wait for these small business guys to roll through and get it from them and forego the bus ride. If you had a couple of cars, you 100% have a housekeeper and she can just walk out and get what she needs to do her housekeeper job. Very convenient, cheap, and these people know more about your neighborhood than you ever could, and that's good for gossip and for bartering. Once you build up a rapport, these folks turn into your Red from Shawshank. They could get you things that maybe you couldn't find in other stores and you didn't want to bother going out to get.
That sounds amazing.
Maybe a certain type of knife you don't have, a certain type of soda not readily found, or fresh vegetables from his backyard farm, etc. You name it, he could find someone for it locally that could come with word-of-mouth approval. Plus, Google, Amazon, UPS, etc. don't work the same way in MX as they do here in the U.S., so these folks were our hyper-local Google and Amazon.
Dude, a breadman that just, came to my house?
Uncle Dijon's got a breadman.
Oh, my God.
Of course he does. Of course he does. I mean, why wouldn't he?
See, when I hear things like this,
That's pretty awesome.
I would rather live in a culture and society like this than the one that we live in now, which is all Amazon and Walmart.
Yeah, it'd be great
right?
if we had small businesses that did this.
Milkman sounds amazing to me because milk gets consumed a lot in
you
my
don't
house.
Drink milk in my house.
Well, I
right?
have a kid though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying those type of things, like having fresh.
Pork service was starting to kick off with milk up in Virginia for a little while, where local dairies were starting to do the small porch coolers, and they would come by and put the milk in the
I'll
glass
take a
containers
produce truck all day.
and stuff like that.
You can get some of that, like the secondary produce that's not so pretty. See,
Right.
we have this weird
The delivery
aesthetic.
ones?
Yeah, but some of these are the ones that are ugly. Like you'll get an eggplant that tastes amazing, but it just looks a little wonky, or it's got
Yeah.
a bruise or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know.
But
Eggplant's gross.
our American culture has trained us to buy
Throw it
all
away.
of our products,
Yeah.
yes,
Capitalism.
at mega stores, and when they go bad, just punt them in the trash or
Yeah,
go on
it's
Amazon
terrible.
and get it delivered and stuff.
Yeah.
We do not in
No.
general support local business and
I'm 3 days into my microchip and my eye is already falling out.
There you go.
All we want to do is buy our stuff on Amazon, the cheapest.
Get it to me fast, get it to me cheap.
Yeah, in one day, you don't even need it in one day. You're like, I need
Oh, I can get it
shoelaces.
delivered today.
Yeah, 1 day delivery. You get it delivered, and then when it gets a little bit dirty, you punt it in the trash, and then and you're also suspicious of anybody in a truck selling anything.
Yeah, but where did that come from? Where did the ice cream man, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are two main stereotypical thoughts when it comes to the ice cream man. One is good humor, dressed in the uniform, driving around,
That's
circa
1950s,
1950s,
yeah.
giving the ice cream.
Yeah.
The other is menacing
Creepy
pedophile
old man.
clown,
Yeah.
pedophile clown,
Yeah.
and he steals you. And
John Wayne
who
Gacy.
knows what
Yeah.
he's doing?
Sweet Tooth, yeah.
He's killing you. Yeah, sweet
Twisted
thank
Metal.
you, Twisted Metal. Nailed it, you guys. But why those two? And who started the pedophile in the ice cream truck thing? Where did that come
I
from?
think it's the big white van, right?
Yeah.
But where did that come from? Let's keep tracing
Stranger
it back.
danger.
What was it? What was the original? Was there an ice cream man that preyed on
Serial
children?
killer, yeah.
Well, they just put two and two together. The best.
It attracts children.
Yeah, if you were a pedophile and you wanted to have people run towards your van, sell ice cream. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Hey, if you come in my van, I'll give you an ice cream.
I would
That whole story.
actually write there are no pedophiles in this van actually
oh yeah.
to get people in the van.
Yeah, there's no pedophiles in there.
You
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
safe.
idiots.
Meanwhile, it's your uncle. You know what I'm saying? That's how 99% of the time
exactly.
is your creepy uncle.
You're right.
Or your babysitter or something. It's never the ice cream.
Yeah,
never
that one friend of your dad who was not cool.
Yeah.
It's not. Anyway, it's weird.
But yeah, we're suspicious of everybody. We're a society where let's buy it from the biggest corporation, and I'm gonna look out my window. That's what we've turned into. So we'll never get back to trusting a guy in a truck that can get you whatever, he's kind of a Renaissance man. He can sharpen your knives. He can get you some vegetables.
Even really harmless things have become so. Villain, I remember, and this was probably a year ago or 2 years. No, it was before the pandemic. It was probably 2 years ago. I remember I was out to dinner with our family, and an old man in one of those hover rounds came past our table. And he was one of these jolly old men, and I kind of put your wife's grandparents in that category, where he's just a friendly old man.
Yeah.
He was driving his Lark around the restaurant and handing $2 bills to all the children that he saw.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad about this. A war veteran, you know what I mean? Like, he's a guy's like a war veteran, fought for the country. Good old man, just wanted to share the fact that he's wealthy, apparently, and just give children a rare or semi-rare piece of currency. And the looks on people's faces were horrified at this, including some people at my table that were like, "What are you doing, old man?" Ew, you know, like, and it's like, when did we get to that?
Yeah, everybody's paranoid crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's just an old man,
suspicious of everybody, paranoid.
Give me the money. I'll take a $2 bill. Voicemail. Let's try.
Do we gotta go?
No, we got a few more minutes.
Yeah, we got a few more. Let's try. Do you want to go? You can leave and we can close this out. Let's try this one.
Hello, Tom and Dan. So I'm thinking about who's the boss today. And I'm like, that's a weird concept of this handyman, whoever, and his daughter move into...
Wasn't he a garbage man?
I think we played this one already.
Did we play that?
Yeah.
I know we had a bunch of calls about who's the boss, but I'll put that one away if we already played.
Because we described that's no longer a thing anymore. Going back to people are paranoid, no one's going to let their local handyman, if you needed a place to stay, and like, hey, you could pay it off by fixing up my house, everybody would be like, he's going to kill me. Yeah. Like, for no reason, like, why would he kill you? Like, oh, that's what they do.
Let's try this one.
Hey, gang, it's Zach from Ohio. So, Dan, you receive the majority of the complaints, I'm assuming, about the show when people have every little nitpicky thing that they could possibly say that shows up in your inbox. So I was thinking maybe you could do a segment on the show called like the public airing of grievances or something, where anytime somebody complained, you could address the complaints.
You kind of had this idea, didn't you, a little while ago? Where we could, I think we'll do that occasionally. We certainly won't not do it, but
we don't get that many. I mean, how many complaint emails do you get?
I don't get a lot. I get problems sometimes where people need my help, or comments, but I don't really get any. Like, I don't get many. Like, I don't really get anything where people are aggro.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day,
and it also depends on how I read it too. And I've been trying to do better at that by trying to like go neutral when I read something.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's because there's an infinite amount of content that we get less complaints. Because think about it like this: remember, back in the radio days, it used to be a saying, and still is, but the saying was, just switch the channel if you don't like it.
Change the channel.
But back then, if you liked talk radio in Orlando, there was only one talk radio channel. So that leads me to believe that you didn't like it, but it was the only option. So you complained, hoping that it would change, right? So now there's unlimited options everywhere. You could listen to not only talk shows about what topic you like, but there's 20 of those to choose from. So it's like, it's not even there's one podcast about plants, there's 100 podcasts about plants. Choose one. And so now that whole thing of complaining because you don't like the content seems absurd, because you could easily just...
People still do it, though. It is absurd. Yeah. I'm in a lot of different podcast groups, and not just for our podcast, but other podcasts, national podcasts I listen to, and people will still listen and complain. But they don't stop listening.
Do they complain on social media? Because that's a different thing. Like, I'm talking about the email.
That's almost like getting your own attention if you complain on social media.
Yes, because then you're kind of
They'll tweet at the hosts. They do get emails, too, because they've talked about it on their shows before.
Yeah, the social media... I put in a category of, like Daniel said, you wanting to get attention for yourself, and you're a troll, basically. You're trolling the fans of a particular show by saying, hey, this is bad. And then they'll all attack you, and you get some sort of, like, I don't know, whatever trolls get. Yeah. That's how I imagine trolls. Yeah. Because why else? It seems absurd.
Yeah.
But the email directly to the show... That's in private, right? Because it's not a public forum. You're emailing stuff. Yeah. It seems like as a listener, you would be like, why am I even going through this trouble? I'll just move on to somewhere else.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah. We're there definitely, because most of the complaints I get, like if I read them, you'd be like, this is the boringest email. It's like, I opened my app and I was listening to show number 435 and I paused it and then it wouldn't go back to the thing. So here's the type of phone I use. And it's like a real... It's an actual complaint that I will try and fix, but it's not so much a complaint about like
content.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get.
We're talking to our own listeners that
Correct.
choosing to listen to us.
And if
for a
you
reason.
wandered in and you found this, okay, there is one on the Real Radio page. I don't know if it's there anymore because I know they update things. But back when the Real Radio page had it linked in where underneath all the corporate time stuff, it would have a little area, and then it would link into Facebook where they'd like almost embed it. And then people could comment. And there was one lady that complained. This was years ago when we first got put on Real Radio. I think we were 1 day a week. And she was like, this is terrible. And it just stayed up there for forever.
Yeah.
Forever. And I was like, I'd laugh every time I see it. It's been up there like 7 years at this point.
But again, probably at a time and also a person that only listens to radio. So she's going to say that because there's no other choice.
Right.
If you like talk radio at 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
we're the only thing, I think I have no idea what radio is, but I think we're the only talk show on at 7 o'clock in Orlando area, right? So it makes sense to complain about us if that's the case. But I'm sure those people, if you really didn't like us, you could easily just find whatever you like on your phone, right?
Sometimes it's hard to find stuff now because there's so much stuff.
Yeah, but you could just search in whatever topic.
Yeah, but sometimes I can't find it. And that's when I know the technology, like I'm going to have to work at staying like in it. You know what I mean? Like how old people, that you fall out of technology. I'm realizing that a lot of the newer apps that come out, like I'm clunkier with them. And I believe that that's just the natural progression of my generation and knowing the extra work I'm going to have to put into technology in order to be as proficient as I have been naturally up to this point.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it does. But it's like if you go to your iTunes or your Google Play and just type in comedy, if you want to look, whatever the hell it is, I mean, is an endless scroll of whatever shows. And then the top ones have the most ratings and then, or whatever, and that's it. And then you just take your pick. Bye-bye.